Chapter 720. The two of them acted very well and didn't reveal any clues from their expressions. It's nothing, just came over to take a look. Lin Xian then wiped his hands and walked over and said, I say, young Master Gong's son, your birthday is poisonous. I haven't had diarrhea for several years. Why do I feel uncomfortable eating here? Hee, maybe you're not used to eating something and happen to eat it. It's probably food poisoning, but for young Master Lin's realm, ordinary food poisoning is not dangerous. Gong's son Jun said with a smile. When he realized that there was nothing going on between Lin Xian and Xiao Xinyue, and that they were both in the bathroom, he was relieved. His mood instantly improved. Okay, you guys continue. I have to go to the hospital. Happy birthday to you. Lin Xian said. Happy birthday. Then Lin Xian swaggered out. Hey. Ling Ying and the others quickly caught up with Lin Xian. Xinyue, are you okay? Gong's son Jun worriedly walked towards Xiao Xinyue. It's okay, I'm also a little uncomfortable, so I'm going home to rest. Okay, I'll send you. No need, there are still so many guests to entertain. I'll go back by myself. After saying that, Xiao Xinyue slightly bowed to Gong's son Hao and then walked away. What a good girl, and you actually wronged her. Where's the person who just spoke? Did you find him? Gong's son Hao said angrily. Hallmaster, that person seems to have run away when we just went out. Gong's son Hao clenched his fist. Chase him for me, catch him for me. He dared to frame Xinyue. I want him to pay the price. Gong's son Jun said angrily. Yes. Liao Jian and Liao Zhibang walked into the hall. They seemed to be eating and chatting casually, but both of them didn't look very good. Big brother, why is this happening? Liao Zhibang said that he couldn't accept it. I'm not sure either. Logically speaking, even if Lin Xian was in the lightning tribulation realm, he should have been hit the moment he entered the room. However, he acted normal and even acted out a show with Xiao Xinyue. Liao Jian gritted his teeth. Then let's expose them. Please don't. Liao Jian quickly stopped Liao Zhibang and said, if we expose it, then we will be exposed. Moreover, we have no evidence. This matter can only fail. Did Feng Tian silence him? Liao Zhibang nodded. Uncle Zhang just sent word that he's been silenced. Then there's no need to worry. It's just that I didn't expect this plan to fail. That Lin Xian must have suspected something, but I'm not sure if he'll suspect us. During this period of time, don't act rashly and don't have any contact with that Lin Xian. Yes, but that Lin Xian. Don't worry, he's just lucky to have escaped this time. As long as he's still here, I want him dead. On the other side, Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, Lu Yufan, and Yi Yi caught up with Lin Xian. Hey, what's going on? Ling Ying felt that things weren't that simple. Although it was possible for warriors to fall sick, the probability was really low. Lin Xian smiled and said, someone wants to make a move on me and frame me. Ah. Han Chuxue then asked, that means that the rumor about you and Xiao Xinyue being in the same room is true. Lin Xian nodded. It's true, but I was tricked. It was to frame me. But don't worry, nothing happened between us. Lin Xian quickly said. TSK, can you remove the strawberry on your neck before saying that? Ling Ying said sourly. Alu. Lin Xian scratched his head. Don't talk nonsense. Okay. Then Lu Yufan took out his small mirror and put it in front of Lin Xian. See for yourself. Lin Xian then took a look. There really were strawberries on his neck, and there were quite a few of them. Fortunately, they were far away at the time, and Lin Xian didn't walk over. He just said a few words and left. Otherwise, he would really be suspected. Ling Ying was very sure that the strawberry wasn't sucked by her. It wasn't there before, and it only appeared just now. Then, all kinds of system notifications of jealous girls appeared in Lin Xian's mind. Lin Xian scratched his head awkwardly. It's like this. Xiao Xinyue was drugged, and then Lin Xian told them what happened. After hearing Lin Xian's words, they naturally chose to believe him. Instead, they forgot about Lin Xian being kissed. More importantly, who wanted to harm Lin Xian? Do you know who it is? Ling Ying asked with a frown. Lin Xian smiled. In short, it can't be someone from the Gongsun family. After all, Xiao Xinyue is Gongsun Jun's favorite. He wouldn't want me to take advantage of her. As for who it is, I have a rough idea. Feng Tian was obviously a gun. He wasn't important. Lin Xian guessed that he was already dead. As for the people behind him, Lin Xian's enemies, the Liao family, Lin Xian could only think of them. If it were other enemies, the evil fiend temple wouldn't do this to him, right? Zhao Mengyue. She was nowhere to be found. Maybe if she was there, it could be her. However, Lin Xian had his doubts. He felt that it was more likely to be the Liao family. Then what are you going to do? Yi Yi asked worriedly. Don't tell anyone. I know what I'm doing. Since they want to make a move on me, they'll definitely reveal a flaw. Don't worry, play slowly. There's plenty of time. Lin Xian's lips curled. On the other side, Xiao Runing left and caught up with Xiao Xinyue. Of course, she knew that there was something fishy going on. She believed that Gongsun Jun and Gongsun Hao also felt that there was something fishy going on. It was just that there was no evidence. Moreover, this wouldn't damage the Gongsun family's image. Xinyue. Xiao Runing called out to Xiao Xinyue. At this moment, Xiao Xinyue was very, very conflicted. She was about to die. Lin Xian also told her some of her guesses. She also knew that those people's goal was actually Lin Xian. She was just a springboard in the middle. This had already insulted her dignity, so she would definitely solve this matter herself. However, there was one more thing that made her extremely confused. That was, even though she was in a daze at the time, she could still remember what had happened after she woke up. She took the initiative to kiss Lin Xian, took off his clothes, grabbed his hand, and wanted him to pinch her thing. It was simply incomparable shame. To put it simply, if Lin Xian wanted to make a move at that time, she would have already lost her innocence. To be precise, she would have already lost it now. However, it was much better than that, right? However, she still had the identity of Gongsun Jun's girlfriend. Although she didn't do it willingly, when she thought about it, she felt that she was really bad. Sis. Xiao Xinyue turned around and looked at Xiao Runing, who was chasing after her. Chapter 721. Xiao Runing looked at Xiao Xinyue. When she heard Xiao Xinyue call her sister, she knew that something was wrong with her. It wasn't that she didn't know how to call her sister, but there was something wrong with the way she called her sister. Girls were all meticulous. Even the most careless girls were very meticulous when it came to showing their emotions. What happened? Xiao Runing asked. Nothing. Xiao Xinyue was as stubborn as ever. Xiao Runing pulled Xiao Xinyue and said with a smile, Do you think I don't know you? What's wrong? You can't even tell me? Xiao Xinyue bit her lips. Yes, no matter how cold a girl was, there would be a time when she was very fragile. For Xiao Xinyue now, the impact on her might not be that big, but it was the time when she was the most confused and didn't know what to do. She hesitated for a moment, then told Xiao Runing what had just happened. Of course, she really didn't have the nerve to say that she took the initiative to kiss Lin Xian. She just said that she was a little indecent. Xiao Runing fell into deep thought. According to what you said, someone in this party tried to sow discord between Lin Xian and the Gongsun family, trying to make the Gongsun family kill Lin Xian. Xiao Xinyue nodded slightly. Then what do you think? Xiao Xinyue shook her head slightly. Forget it, let's not talk about this. This has nothing to do with you. What you're worried about now is that as Gongsun Jun's girlfriend, something intimate happened between you and Lin Xian. This situation makes you feel very bad, right? Yes. Xiao Runing was really helpless. Although Lin Xian might be a little straight, Xiao Runing couldn't help but admire his luck with women. He didn't do anything, but he had an ambiguous relationship with her sister. However, she really valued Lin Xian's character. After all, according to Xiao Xinyue, Lin Xian could have done her in that situation, but Lin Xian didn't. On the surface, he looked like a pervert, but his character was actually quite good. If Lin Xian knew what Xiao Runing was thinking, then he would definitely cry out that he had been wronged. If it were not for the situation at that time, and if it were not for the fact that everyone was looking for them, Lin Xian swore that he would have definitely taken advantage of such a good opportunity to take care of Xiao Xinyue. You feel sorry for Gong Sun Jun, right? Xiao Runing asked. Yes. Xiao Xinyue nodded slightly. It was very chaotic. She obviously had no feelings for Gong Sun Jun, but she happened to be his girlfriend. She couldn't deny this. However, with such a relationship, she had such an intimate relationship with another man. She couldn't allow herself to do such a thing. Even if she couldn't control herself, she was still very upset. Do you like Gong Sun Jun? Xiao Runing suddenly asked this question. Xiao Xinyue frowned slightly because this question made her speechless. But she wasn't happy. She didn't like? Then why did she agree to be his girlfriend? Come sleep at my place tonight, and tell me how you got together with him. Xiao Runing said. After all, Xiao Xinyue was her sister. When her sister was confused, she might be able to give her some advice. On the other side, Lin Xian and the others also went back home. However, after Lin Xian sent Lu Yufan and Yi Yi home, he took Han Chuxue and Ling Ying with him and insisted on going home with them. After all, they didn't live together. Then, Lin Xian was caught in a dilemma that could lead to his death. The three of them stood at a fork in the road. One went left, and the other went right. Who are you going with? Ling Ying asked Lin Xian. Lin Xian scratched his head, looked at Ling Ying, and then looked at Han Chuxue. Han Chuxue turned her head. Although they were very good friends, at this time, both of them wanted Lin Xian to go with them. Can we go together? It's not like we're going to do anything. We're just going to play poker. Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, play your sister. Ling Ying couldn't help but curse. This bastard is really shameless. Hee hee, let's go, let's go. How can two people play poker? Let's go, let's go. Lin Xian pulled Ling Ying with one hand and Han Chuxue with the other. In your dreams. Do you think you're an emperor? Even emperors can't do this. Hurry up and choose. I'm sleepy and want to sleep, Ling Ying said. Han Chuxue was very indulgent towards Lin Xian. However, as for Ling Ying, to be honest, she was also very indulgent. However, she would say her own views. However, Han Chuxue was the kind of person who would listen to Lin Xian no matter what once she liked him. Even if she didn't like him, she wouldn't say it. Ling Ying made Lin Xian feel embarrassed. But following one. If he followed Ling Ying, then Han Chuxue. If he followed Han Chuxue, then Ling Ying. Wasn't this asking for his old life? It was either he chose neither or he chose both. That was the only way. But, damn it, Xiao Xinyue has made me angry tonight. Let's go together. I mainly want to talk to you about what happened tonight. Little Ling Ying, what are you thinking? Lin Xian said sincerely. Ling Ying frowned. Lin Xian then said, as you all know, there are people who want to make a move on me at this gathering. They might even want to kill me. Although I already have a suspect in mind, I still need to discuss with you the specifics of what to do and how to retaliate. You all are so smart, you will definitely be able to help me. After all, Lin Xian's words were related to his safety. It was hard for them to reject him even though they felt that Lin Xian was still looking for excuses. Didn't you say that you have a plan? Ling Ying wasn't a fool and asked. Didn't I say that for Fan Fan and Yi? They are still young. I don't want them to worry. You said that we should talk on the road in the middle of the night. What if someone wants to make a move on me? What if it's an expert? It's still so cold, so let's go to Chushue's house. I swear, we will just sit in the living room and drink tea and chat. Okay. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue nodded. Ling Ying, this is related to Lin Xian's safety. Let's help you decide. Han Chuxue looked at Ling Ying and said. Okay, then let's go to Chuxue's house. It's bigger. Then they went to Han Chuxue's house together. However, Lin Xian's lips curled up slightly as he looked at the two super beauties walking side by side in front of him. Swear? Just sit on the sofa? What's the use of that? As long as the two of them went, Lin Xian would definitely be able to get them both. Wahahaha, that's right. That night, the two girls were tricked by Lin Xian again. Then they were harmed again. Actually, the main reason was that they indulged Lin Xian. Otherwise, even if they were tricked, if they really didn't want to, Lin Xian wouldn't be able to do it. Chapter 722. On the same night, Lin Xian was comfortably doing something. On the other side, in Ling Longshue's residence, Bing Lingyue walked into Ling Longshue's room with a pillow in her arms. Lingyue. Ling Longshue was sitting there cultivating. She opened her beautiful eyes when she heard the noise and saw Bing Lingyue. When she first met Bing Lingyue, they slept together. However, when Bing Lingyue gradually recovered, they separated. Bing Lingyue smiled and said, I haven't slept with Linglong in a long time. After saying that, Bing Lingyue sat on Ling Longshue's bed. Ling Longshue made some space for her. Still cultivating? Ling Longshue shook her head. I'm just trying. If I want to advance to the next level, it's useless to rely solely on cultivation. What I lack is opportunities. Otherwise, I won't be able to advance in this life. Bing Lingyue smiled and said, That won't happen. You still have a long life. You're already in the 10 stars great virtual realm. What you lack is the bottleneck of the heavenly Tao realm. But this bottleneck is as difficult as ascending to the heavens. I've consulted the experts of the heavenly Tao realm. To advance to the heavenly Tao realm, one needs to have no distracting thoughts. One needs to have a strong soul. One needs to understand the meaning of the heavenly Tao. However, I don't know if I've reached any of these 3 points. Ling Longshue shook her head slightly and lay down. Bing Lingyue lay down beside her. Their surroundings were pitch black. Do you have any distracting thoughts? Bing Lingyue asked. This question stumped Ling Longshue. Did she have any distracting thoughts? These distracting thoughts didn't mean that one couldn't have romantic feelings. It didn't mean that liking someone, falling in love with someone, or caring for someone was a distracting thought. These were normal people's emotions and desires. There was no need to abandon them. It just meant that abandoning them made it easier for one to have no distracting thoughts. Did she have any distracting thoughts? Of course, she admitted it. Her family had gone to that place and never returned. She wanted to explore it. This was her distracting thoughts. It would affect her negative emotions, make her sad, and make her yearn. Positive emotions, like love and happiness, were not distracting thoughts. On the contrary, such a state of mind was helpful for cultivation. For example, if a person was stuck at a bottleneck for many, many years because he had an inner demon, then one day, when his inner demon was undone, he didn't need to do anything. The moment his inner demon was undone, he would directly break through. Yes. Ling Longshue replied with a Lin Xian? Bing Lingyue asked. Ling Longshue turned to look at Bing Lingyue. Why did she suddenly think of Lin Xian? Bing Lingyue was here to help Lin Xian test Ling Longshue's attitude towards him. She was Lin Xian's wingman. It couldn't be helped. He was just that reliable. Why are you talking about him? Ling Longshue asked curiously. Because I feel that there are some special feelings between you and Lin Xian. Maybe Lin Xian will even make you have distracting thoughts, right? Perhaps even if no one told her, the sensitive Bing Lingyue had already discovered some clues about the relationship between Lin Xian and Ling Longshue. Something important must have happened between them that no one else knew about. Bing Lingyue had known Ling Longshue for a long time. When they met, Lin Xian and Ling Longshue were enemies. She knew that, so she knew that something must have happened before. That was why Ling Longshui treated Lin Xian so badly that she even wanted to kill him. After that, through various things, Lin Xian showed many extraordinary abilities and helped her a lot. Gradually, they became close friends. She felt that even if she didn't like him, she must have a good impression of him. Ling Longshui didn't say anything because her thoughts went back to that time. "Do you like Lin Xian?" Bing Lingyue asked. Ling Longshui was slightly stunned. Like Lin Xian? She was stumped by the question again. She wasn't a person who would lie to herself. She would say what she felt. At most, she wouldn't admit it. But she wouldn't lie to her heart. She had to admit that she didn't hate Lin Xian now. She even felt good about him. Sometimes, she would even think about Lin Xian and recall some of the things that happened between them. She felt that it was quite interesting, except for that incident. But that incident would definitely make her have the most special feelings for Lin Xian. After all, Lin Xian was the man who took her virginity. But, she shook her head. After all, Lin Xian even took advantage of Linglong. Isn't that like? Bing Lingyue asked with a smile. When was I taken advantage of by him? Ling Longshui asked. Yes. That night when you went to the casino, Lin Xian held your hand and hugged your waist. And I saw it very clearly. She was so angry that she was about to die. Bing Lingyue said with a smile. Only then did Ling Longshui realize. It seemed like it wasn't the only time. Lin Xian actually took advantage of her so often. But, if it was another man, forget about taking advantage of her. Even if they were to flirt with her or humiliate her, that person would die. Not to mention holding her hand and hugging her waist. Lin Xian said that between friends, even if it's a man and a woman, it doesn't matter. Ling Longshui said. Yes, between friends, even if it's a man and a woman holding hands, it's normal. But if it's a woman hugging your waist, it's not normal. Do you dislike it? Bing Lingyue's question stumped Ling Longshui again. She had never thought about these questions, but now that she suddenly thought about it, if it was a long time ago, she would definitely dislike it. But at that time, she didn't dislike it. It was just that she wasn't used to it, that was all. If she really didn't like it, then no matter what reason Lin Xian had, no matter how many explanations he gave, she wouldn't let him touch her hand. But, could it be that she really liked Lin Xian? No, how could it be? She was confused. What did it feel like? Ling Longshui shook her head. She didn't know. Bing Lingyue glanced at Ling Longshui. She was thinking. She didn't directly shake her head or nod her head. She didn't give an answer. Bing Lingyue smiled. This Lin Xian was really strange. He could make a girl like Ling Longshui pay attention to him. He was really something. Lingyue, you said you liked him. What does it feel like? Ling Longshui turned to look at Bing Lingyue and asked. There weren't many secrets between them. They would whisper a lot. But of course, she didn't mention the thing between Ling Longshui and Lin Xian. Bing Lingyue said, it's very simple. When you don't see him, you'll miss him. You'll think about what happened between the two of you. If you encounter something funny and you laugh, you'll see if he laughed. You'll look forward to seeing him again. Of course, there are many more. Ling Longshui frowned slightly. It couldn't be, right? Why? Like Lin Xian? Bing Lingyue asked. Chapter 723. Hearing Bing Lingyue's words, Ling Longshui was stunned and shook her head. No. Okay, but Lin Xian seems to like you. Bing Lingyue said. Him? Which girl doesn't like him? Puffed. Bing Lingyue couldn't help but laugh. This was very real. It seemed that Ling Longshui still had some resentment towards Lin Xian. If Lin Xian pursues you, what will you choose? Bing Lingyue continued to ask. Ling Longshui looked at the ceiling above her head. After a few seconds, she said softly, We are not from the same world. But we are from the same world now. Linglong, do you think Lin Xian can't reach your level? She shook her head. No, he can definitely reach it. Then why aren't we from the same world? Bing Lingyue smiled. Okay, let's not talk about this. Let's go to sleep. After talking about this, Bing Lingyue already knew what was going on. She knew it better than Ling Long Shui. As the saying goes, the onlooker sees most of the game. This was what it meant. The next morning, Lin Xian was kicked off the bed. Lin Xian scratched his head and stood up in a daze. Although he was kicked, it didn't hurt. He looked at Ling Ying on the bed and touched his forehead helplessly. Ling Ying was using the blanket to cover herself. She stared at Lin Xian angrily, but her face was red. On the other side, Han Chuxue seemed to be very tired. She opened her eyes and closed them again. Miss, what are you doing so early in the morning? Lin Xian climbed up again helplessly. Bastard! What did you say last night? You said that you would come back to talk to us. You even swore. What about now? You're talking about bed? Ling Ying said angrily. Hee. Lin Xian chuckled and said, I'm tired of talking. Come, give me a kiss. Go away. Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Seriously, she and Han Chuxue, the two daughters of rich families, were bullied to death by Lin Xian. You were more proactive than me last night, and now you're blaming me. Sigh, you women. Lin Xian sighed. Go to hell. Ling Ying glared fiercely at Lin Xian, then pulled the blanket and turned around, ignoring Lin Xian. I'll go make breakfast. Remember to wake up later. Lin Xian smiled and walked Ling Yu behind her. She patted Han Chuxue. Han Chuxue lazily opened her eyes and turned to look at her. What? We're going to be bullied to death by Lin Xian like this. Han Chuxue closed her eyes again, covered her head with the blanket, and said, We'll talk about it later. I'm tired. That bastard. Ling Ying clenched her teeth, then closed her eyes and went back to sleep. On the other side, Lin Xian was humming a tune as he hopped around in the kitchen. Even his footsteps were light as he skipped around. What a joke. Of course, he would be at ease after taking care of these two top-notch girls. They're probably going to sleep for a long time. Then I'll make breakfast. Sigh, how can a good man like me be found? Lin Xian thought narcissistically. Of course, he knew that it was because of Ling Ying and Han Chuxue's generosity. Think about it, this was an era of monogamy, not ancient times. There was no such thing as male supremacy. Instead, girls were getting more and more popular, and boys were getting more and more sucking up to them. Anyone who found a girlfriend like Ling Ying and Han Chuxue would treat them like a treasure. That kind of girlfriend would be very arrogant. She would think that she was very outstanding, and as a man, he had to protect her. Otherwise, she would dump him at any time. With her looks, what kind of man couldn't she find? Look at Lin Xian. He already had girlfriends of this level, and more than one at that. In this era where monogamy was especially important, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were actually willing to let Lin Xian do it with them time and time again. Other than the fact that they really liked Lin Xian, they must have swallowed all their grievances. Where the F***ck could you find such a woman now? Lin Xian knew this very well. He also wanted to not let them down, but what should he do with the system that he loved and hated? There was no other way. Lin Xian could only be the bad guy. Men were indeed fickle creatures. They wanted to be good to girls, but they couldn't help but hook up with other girls. Lin Xian didn't know if he would still hook up with Xiao Xinyue or other beautiful girls if he didn't have the system. Lin Xian wasn't sure, because he was a man. The only thing he could do was to treat them well wholeheartedly. He had already let them down emotionally, but in terms of action and heart, Lin Xian swore that he would do better. The girls had already indulged him so much. How could he find such a good girl in this world? He really couldn't let them down anymore. However, he still had to complete the system's mission. He hoped that everything would go well. At this time, Lin Xian's phone rang. Lin Xian took out the phone from the fridge and saw that it was a call from Bing Lingyue. Lin Xian put down the food and sat on the sofa. Lin Xian certainly guessed why Bing Lingyue called him. It was related to Ling Long Shui. There wasn't much time left, so he had to do something first. Hello, little Bing Lingyue. Lin Xian picked up the phone expectantly. Bing Lingyue's voice came from the other side. I helped you sound out Linglong last night. And then? Lin Xian asked expectantly. You can try, Bing Lingyue said. Really? Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Well, almost. It's just that her heart isn't in love. She wants to do the thing with her parents more. In the previous bet, Linglong Shui gave Lin Xian a chance to pursue her. However, Lin Xian wanted to know more about Linglong Shui's thoughts through Bing Lingyue. For example, Bing Lingyue said that her heart wasn't in love. She wanted to do the thing with her parents more. It was similar to this. Favorability could explain everything, but it couldn't help Lin Xian pursue Linglong Shui. Well, you should know Linglong's personality better than me. She thinks a lot. However, there is good news. She seems to have a good impression of you. If you want to pursue her, you just need to do one thing. What? Lin Xian asked quickly. Change the thoughts in her heart. Ha! Lin Xian asked, puzzled. Her way of thinking is very traditional. Humans and demons cannot fall in love, and the two of you are from two different worlds. If you can make her change her way of thinking, you can do it. All right, that's all I can do. I will try my best to keep an eye out for the rest. Thank you, little Bing Lingyue. Kiss kiss. Bing Lingyue. Do you believe that I will tell Linglong that you flirted with me? Bing Lingyue asked with a smile. That's easy. Then you two can take her in together. Bing Lingyue. So you are still thinking about me? Chapter 724. What was the key to flirting with a girl? Hints. If you were chatting with a girl, frequent hints, such as some pictures, would be very useful. The more flirtatious it was, the better it was. So, when Bing Lingyue asked this question, what was Lin Xian's best choice? Yeah, of course I want to flirt with you. Don't you see how beautiful you are? Lin Xian said with a smile. On the other side, Bing Lingyue was stunned when she heard Lin Xian's words. I'm hanging up, she said faintly and hung up the phone. Lin Xian smiled. Obviously, this sentence was effective. It laid the foundation for him to pursue Bing Lingyue in the future. On the other side, Bing Lingyue sat on the sofa in a daze after hanging up the phone. She was wondering if Lin Xian's words were true or not. She cared. Why did she care? Because Lin Xian had a special place in her heart. Especially after that musical, she always felt that Lin Xian's image in her heart had changed. Subconsciously, she didn't feel like an ordinary friend. When Lin Xian asked her to help him sound out Linglong Shui and tell her that he liked Linglong Shui, she was very calm on the surface. In fact, she felt uncomfortable in her heart. Lin Xian hummed a song as he made breakfast. After about an hour, Ling Ying and Han Chushue came downstairs with their clothes on. It smells so good. Although she had a lot of resentment towards Lin Xian because she was tricked into sleeping with him, she still liked Lin Xian's cooking. If you want to keep a girl, you must first keep her stomach. This was true. You're awake. Hurry up and eat. My timing is very accurate. You woke up right after I finished cooking. Tisk, it's just a coincidence. Ling Ying sat on the chair and looked at the food on the table expectantly. This was the breakfast that Lin Xian spent more than an hour to cook. Who said it was a coincidence? This is because we've slept together so many times that I have a clear understanding of your sleeping time and so on. So, the more the better. In order to understand more in the future, hee. Lin Xian smirked. I'll give you a big slap. Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian, then eagerly picked up his chopsticks. Is it delicious? Lin Xian asked with a smile. It's just so. It's not bad. It's not good enough for me. That's what you said last night. Ling Ying. Bastard. Ling Ying cursed. Hee. Lin Xian scratched his head and sat down. Little Ling Ying, little Chu Shue, where are you going after dinner? Where else can we go? Let's go to the academy. They were really bored. There was nothing they could do about it. How about we go to the demonic beast domain? Ling Ying and Han Chuxue looked at Lin Xian. Of course they also wanted to go, but they listened to Lin Xian and didn't dare to go. Why do you want to go? Ling Ying asked. What's your cultivation level? I'm at the Lightning Tribulation Realm. Chuxue is at the 8-star realm. Ling Ying was also very helpless. I'm at the 8-star realm. Lin Xian raised an eyebrow. I know, Dragony helped you. Ling Ying suddenly thought of something. Didn't Dragony see what they did last night? Where's Dragony? Lin Xian had also suddenly forgotten about her. Right at this moment, a sleepy-eyed figure flew down unsteadily from upstairs. He was probably attracted by the smell of the food. Good morning, big brother. Dragony landed on the table. Dragony, why didn't you sleep well? Ling Ying reached out and teased the cute girl. Ugh, Dragony said with grievance. Last night the sisters were too noisy, so was big brother. Ahem. Then the three of them became awkward. Damn, I was too excited and forgot about her. Hey Dragony, what did you see? Ugh. I saw Big Brother bumping into the two sisters. The two sisters cried out in pain. Why did Big Brother bump into them? Dragony blinked her big eyes and looked at Lin Xian in confusion. Ahem. Lin Xian awkwardly coughed. The two girls also blushed. Because I'm loosening their muscles. After all, they were tired during the day. Oh. Then can Dragony also loosen their muscles? Dragony asked innocently, her big eyes full of expectation. No. Why? Because you're still young. Ugh. Okay, let's not talk about this topic. Ling Ying was embarrassed to death. Luckily this girl didn't know anything. Bastard, it's all Lin Xian's fault. Then she looked at Lin Xian and asked, so why are we going to the beast domain? For the three of us to reach the lower realm. The gap is too big. Maybe it's easier to reach the 10-star Lightning Tribulation realm, but to reach the 1-star Lightning Tribulation realm requires too much experience. Han Chuxue said, it's not just this time. Ugh, that's true. Lin Xian smiled, don't forget about the Tianxing fruit. The two girls looked at each other. Lin Xian smiled, this time we're not going to reach the lower realm, we just need to reach the 10-star Lightning Tribulation realm. Wow. The Tianxing fruit is still useful? Ling Ying exclaimed. Lin Xian said, I remember telling you that the Tianxing fruit is useless after reaching the domain realm, but it can still be used to reach the lower realm from the Lightning Tribulation realm. Go. Ling Ying said excitedly. Lin Xian smiled, I told you to go anyway. If we have the Tianxing fruit, we might be able to reach the lower realm this time, Ling Ying said happily. Han Chuxue was also very happy. The lower realm was still a very important realm. That's right, Lin Xian wanted to reach the lower realm, but at the same time, he wanted to help Ling Ying and Han Chuxue reach the lower realm. Only by reaching the lower realm could they slowly comprehend the laws, and comprehending the laws and not comprehending the laws were two completely different realms. Lin Xian was very much looking forward to the laws. That's why I said that if you follow me, I'll make sure you have fun. Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian again. Go. It's not your Tianxing fruit. It's Senior Ling Long Shue's. Lin Xian didn't know how to explain the existence of the Tianxing fruit to them, so Lin Xian told them that it was from Ling Long Shue, and they believed him. Then that's it? We'll go after eating. Okay, just the three of us and Dragony? Lin Xian nodded. What else? Miao Xiaomiao and the others could be brought along, but although they had reached the Lightning Tribulation realm, they were still quite far from the lower realm. So, the key now was Lin Xian, Ling Ying, and Han Chuxue. However, the disaster in Tianhua City last time was a very big improvement for each of them, and they all improved a lot that night. Chapter 725. After finishing their meal, Lin Xian tucked Dragony into his arms as they readied themselves for the journey. Do you want to do that? Ling Ying changed into a set of light clothes, suitable for combat, but not too loose or too tight, or else they won't be able to display their full potential. Although it's winter, they have a strong resistance to the cold. More importantly, it's more convenient for them to fight. Therefore, they didn't wear anything like a down jacket, just a simple sweater with a jacket over it. Damn! Why are you so thirsty? We're about to go to the beast domain, what else do you want? Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose, then said, But, I'm willing. Go die. Ling Ying then turned around and swept Lin Xian. Fortunately, Lin Xian is used to this violent girl, so he reacted quickly and dodged. I say, you have to be gentle, look at Chuxue. Then Lin Xian laughed and hugged Han Chuxue's slender waist, causing her to blush, but she didn't refuse Lin Xian's action. Wah wah wah, big brother is going to hit big sister again? Dragony poked her head out from Lin Xian's arms. Lin Xian, Ling Ying, Han Chuxue. Then Lin Xian decisively let go of Han Chuxue, and Ling Ying also decisively stopped. Sure, don't talk nonsense. Lin Xian pinched the girl's pink cheeks. Then she silently shrank back. Where are we going? Han Chuxue brushed her hair behind her ear and asked. Tianhua City. Ah. Both Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were surprised. Lin Xian said, the demonic beasts behind Lin and City are generally of very low levels. We are all demonic beasts in the Thunder Retribution Realm. Therefore, if we want to reach the Thunder Retribution Realm, we need a large number of demonic beasts of the same level. Even if we have demonic beasts of the same level, we still need to kill a lot of them. Therefore, only Tianhua City is suitable for us. Then Lin Xian said, that place has just been occupied, so there must be a lot of powerful demon beasts there. There's also a lot of Tribulation Realm beasts there. Even if they're in the Law Realm, as long as they're not much stronger than us, we should be able to kill them together. Plus, we're very familiar with Tianhua City, and I've also got some spirit recovery pills. Then Lin Xian gave some pills to them. Alright. We'll listen to you. Ling and Han Chuxue nodded. I'm thinking. Lin Xian thought for a moment and felt that it was better to bring along an expert. There was no harm in bringing them along. Wait for me, I'll find a junior expert to accompany us. Then Lin Xian fled. Not long after, Lin Xian brought Ling Longyue over. Ling Longyue blinked her large eyes and looked at the few of them. She felt that something was amiss. Aren't you going to bring me to eat delicious food? Ling Longyue put her hands on her waist and stared at Lin Xian angrily. Yes, I'm bringing you to eat delicious food. Bastard! You lied to me. Although she was simple, she was not stupid. Looking at their attire, she knew that they were not going out to eat delicious food. Believe me, I'm bringing you to eat delicious food. I don't believe you. Han Chuxue and Ling Ying held back their laughter. How many times had this bastard lied to Ling Longyue? He was really bad. Lin Xian then said, we're going to Tianhua City. Isn't Tianhua City gone? Then why did you lie to me to eat delicious food? Ling Longyue was unhappy. Lin Xian pointed at a supermarket building and asked, let me ask you, where is this? A supermarket. Although I haven't been in your human world for long, do you still need to ask such a stupid question? What's in there? Delicious food. Lin Xian laughed. Although Tianhua City has fallen, it has only been a month. There are countless supermarkets in the city, and the shelf life of the food in the supermarkets is definitely not over. Therefore, as long as you go to Tianhua City, you can eat all the food and you don't even need to pay. You can eat from the first floor to the 5th floor. Don't you think I'm bringing you to eat delicious food? Are you not happy eating like this? In the supermarkets here, you have to pay before you can eat. Ling Longyue's eyes lit up. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were speechless. This bastard's tricks were getting more and more, but what he said seemed to make sense. Really? Ling Longyue looked at Lin Xian doubtfully. When have I ever lied to you? Every time I said I would bring you out to eat delicious food, even if something happened along the way, did I bring good food every time? Have I ever lied to you? Oh. I'll believe you this time. That's right. When we go to fight, we'll choose those large supermarkets to fight. You just need to follow us and protect us. Most of the time, you just need to eat delicious food in the supermarkets. Those demon beasts don't like to eat potato chips, Lin Xian said. Ling Longyue thought for a while. It seems quite blissful. Okay. She nodded her little head and said, I want Xiao Longer. Then Xiao Longer's little head popped out from Lin Xian's embrace. Xiao Longer. Ling Longyue ran over and took Xiao Longer into her embrace. Xiao Longer didn't dislike Ling Longyue. As long as Lin Xian was around, she could be in anyone's embrace. However, because Lin Xian was also from the monster race, Xiao Longyue was closer to Ling Longyue. If they were going to the monster territory behind Lin and City, then Ling Longyue wouldn't be needed. However, they were going to Tianhua City. The danger there was unimaginable. There was a possibility of encountering Empyrean realm monsters. Thus, bringing Xiao Longyue along was the right choice. Moreover, he could develop his relationship with Ling Longyue. Wouldn't that be perfect? Lin Xian carrying Xiao Longer in his arms was not good for battle. Ling Longyue was just right. Let's go, let's go. Then Ling Ying got into the car and led everyone out of Lin and City, speeding towards Tianhua City. In fact, Ling Longyue could directly release her spatial energy and instantly send them to Tianhua City, but it didn't matter. It was good to spend some time chatting in the car. Moreover, it was only noon, and if they drove there, it would be afternoon. It was also winter, and the sky would turn dark early. Fighting at night would be more beneficial for their concealment. Moreover, most of the time, demon beasts were more active at night, and the chances of encountering powerful demon beasts were higher. Furthermore, if Ling Longyue released her spatial energy and directly sent them over, opening up a wormhole in Tianhua City, the energy fluctuations in that instant would be sensed by many high-level demon beasts in Tianhua City. Just as they left, a person came out from behind. Boss, Lin Xian and the others left in the car. It seems like they are going to the monster territory. On the other side, Liao Jian stood up from his chair. Continue to follow them, and report back to me at any time. Make sure they are really going to the monster territory. Yes. Chapter 726. In the evening, Lin Xian and the rest arrived at the side of Tianhua City. Along the way, they had suffered quite a few surprise attacks from demonic beasts. However, it could be considered as giving them some experience. It had to be said that with the fall of Tianhua City, the quality of the demonic beasts when they were heading towards Tianhua City was indeed much higher. Someone is following us, Ling Longyue muttered as she ate her lollipop. Actually, she had noticed it long ago. However, she felt that there were many mercenary groups in the human world. Perhaps there was a mercenary group that happened to be on the same path as them. However, she had been paying attention along the way. Then, she realized that after such a long time, the people behind them had been following them. If they were also going to Tianhua City, it would not be a problem. However, they had been following them for a long time. The key point was that they maintained a good distance. If she was not in the heavenly sovereign realm, or even if she was about to step into the absolute realm, she would not have noticed. Lin Xian got out of the car and looked at Ling Longyue curiously. They've been following us all the way. It's probably a mercenary group, Ling Ying said. Ling Longyue shook her head. No, they maintain a good distance. There must be at least one powerful expert among them who can sense the position of our car in front. They are deliberately following us. Lin Xian and the rest looked at each other. If that was the case, then what Ling Longyue said was not a problem. They were following them. Seems like someone is giving us some experience, Lin Xian said with a smirk. Doesn't that mean we can complete our goal early today? Ling Ying also learned bad things from Lin Xian and revealed a smirk. Han Chushue was still more rational and said, since we are sure that they are following us, we still have to confirm if they are here to kill us. Otherwise, we can't kill them. That's right. After all, they weren't the kind of humans who were wicked beyond redemption. They all adhered to the same philosophy. If others didn't offend them, they wouldn't offend them. If others offended them, then they wouldn't have any psychological burden to kill them. Lin Xian looked at the silhouette of Tianhua City behind him. Tianhua City had only fallen for a month. Actually, the entire Tianhua City was still very new. There was not much destruction. The so-called destruction was caused during the battle. The demon race did not like to destroy this place. They even liked to live here. Then let's deal with the rest first. Lin Xian cracked his neck and said, "All right." Ling Ying and Han Chuxue nodded as Ling Longyue carried Dragony into the car. Behind them, there were a total of 5 people in the car. "Senior, it's already been 4 hours. We've been following them all this time. We could have taken action long ago. Why haven't we?" A man who was driving the car asked in confusion. Behind him was an old man who looked to be in his 50s, who was resting with his eyes closed. The few people sitting next to him also looked at him in confusion. The old man opened his eyes, and a sharp light burst out from them. "Do you know this Lin Xian?" he asked faintly. "We don't know much about him. His strength is about the lightning tribulation realm, and he has a spatial attribute. The few people around him are also in the lightning tribulation realm. However, we have all reached the law realm. I even comprehended the power of law. Especially Senior, you have reached the heavenly venerable realm. With such a lineup, why should we be afraid of them?" Sun Xiaolong felt that this old man was too cautious. A dignified heavenly venerable realm expert was actually so timid. It was really laughable. They were all members of the Azura Palace. They were invited by Liao Jian to help kill Lin Xian. However, all of a sudden, their boss, the hall master of the Azura Palace, Gong Sun Hao, gave the order to kill Lin Xian, so they came. Although Gong Sun Hao kept his face, he obviously felt that there was something fishy about this matter. This Lin Xian, whether it was him or Liao Jian, had to be eliminated. This mysterious senior appeared after he gave the order. Even Gong Sun Hao did not know him. He only said that they had the same goal, and he also wanted to kill Lin Xian. Moreover, after he showed his heavenly venerable realm, Gong Sun Hao agreed to let him bring 4 law realm experts to kill Lin Xian. In any case, they had the same goal. Wouldn't it be better to have an extra heavenly venerable realm expert to help them? However, these 4 people dared to be angry but did not dare to say anything. They knew that Lin Xian and 3 girls were sitting in the car. They also checked the identities of the 2 girls more clearly. They were the school belle of the Sacred Brilliance Academy, and her strength was in the Thunder Tribulation realm. However, they did not know much about the little girl who looked to be in her teens. With her age, she was definitely not that powerful. As for them, 4 law realm experts, 1 had comprehended the laws, and 1 was a heavenly venerable. With such a lineup, they actually waited for a long time without making a move. If they were not in the heavenly venerable realm, they would have been angry. However, they did not dare to be angry now. How could someone as powerful as a celestial venerable be so scared? It was really incomprehensible. Lin Xian and the others were not that powerful. Sun Xiaolong even felt that he could wipe them all out by himself. He did not care what kind of spatial attribute they had. After all, his realm was there, and he had also comprehended the laws. Spatial attributes had little effect on him. The old man snorted coldly. "Then do you know that Lin Xian has heavenly venerable realm and even virtuous realm experts?" "What?" They looked at each other in shock. "Humph. It seems that you don't know him well enough. This person is extremely cautious. Now that Tianhua City has just fallen, it is extremely dangerous. Isn't it strange that he dares to come here with just a few people? This Senior, they are also in the Thunder Tribulation realm. Moreover, it is almost night time. It is also the time for the dark attribute to be activated. There are people with lower realms coming here. Why can't they? Moreover, they have the spatial and dark attributes. If they can't beat them, they can just run. If they really have powerful experts following them and are very confident, then there is no need for them to deliberately come here at night. Moreover, among the 4 of them, the only one we don't know is that girl. I even suspect that Lin Xian and the others came here to help the girl level up. Could it be that the girl is the strongest among them? Ha ha, how is that possible? This is too funny. The old man's eyes shot out a beam of light. Thinking about it carefully, what Sun Xiaolong said made sense. It was just that he was too cautious. He knew the strength of the other three people. The only one he did not know was that girl. Moreover, she was so young. How could she be strong? There was no one else following them. Senior, they stopped. Stop. The old man immediately said. Chapter 727. Their car stopped where it was, and they quickly got out of the car. Their position was not far from Lin Xian and the others. After getting out of the car, they could even vaguely see their car. However, there was a small forest here that blocked them, making it easy for them to hide. Senior, let's make a move now. If not, what are we waiting for? Sun Xiaolong asked anxiously. F***ck. Why did they follow such a coward? They might as well lead the team themselves. They should kill him earlier and go back to get the reward. That was a reward of 10 million each. This Lin Xian's head was quite valuable. The four of them were from the Azura Palace. If each of them could get 10 million gold coins for killing him, then his head would be worth 40 million gold coins. And this old man was helping them for free. As for the reason, he had a grudge against Lin Xian. It was said that the enemy of an enemy was a friend. This saying was true. Therefore, he did not understand. He was clearly in the heavenly venerable realm. Wouldn't it be fine if he chased after Lin Xian and killed him? Why did he follow them? What were they in the lower realm in front of a heavenly venerable realm? However, he now understood. This person was too cowardly. He really did not know how such a cowardly person rose to the heavenly venerable realm. The old man stared viciously in front of him. The people in front of him were still talking and laughing. A few monsters saw them and rushed over with a roar. However, they were instantly killed by Lin Xian and the others. Although monsters in the mysterious heaven realm were quite strong, Lin Xian and the others were already in the lightning tribulation realm. Moreover, they were high stars. TSK, they are indeed in the lightning tribulation realm. What's there to be afraid of? Sun Xiaolong sneered. The three beside him also nodded. They really wanted to kill them quickly and go back to get the money to eat and drink. Tonight, they had to take 5 girls. It had to be 5. The old man clenched his fists. Seeing Lin Xian made him furious. Senior, why aren't you going? Sun Xiaolong asked. Go. You guys go first. Okay. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Then, the 4 of them quickly rushed over. Old man, he clearly wants us to take action. Why is he so slow? F***ck. Sun Xiaolong thought to himself as he rushed over. The old man was too cautious, mainly because he had to be cautious. Only those who knew about Lin Xian truly understood how terrifying this person was. Coming. Ling Ying was already rubbing her fists. She did not panic at all when she felt the power rushing towards her from behind. Wow, 4 law adepts. Impressive. Who is so generous? Ling Ying raised her beautiful eyes. If it was in the past, a law realm cultivator would be enough to make them panic. However, she knew that there was a heavenly venerable realm powerhouse here, so what were they afraid of? So, 4 figures landed around them and surrounded them, while the expert observed the situation from afar. From the conversation with Ling Longyue just now, Lin Xian also knew the situation of the other party. There were a total of 5 people, and one of them was relatively strong. Now that 4 of them had come, it was clear that the strongest person did not appear. This made Lin Xian very curious. Wasn't this person too cautious? However, Lin Xian felt that that person was the most important. The 4 people here were nothing. However, that person was clearly too cautious, so Lin Xian and the others could not let Ling Longyue take action. They had to find out the details of that person. Lin Xian felt that the reason that person did not appear was not because he felt that there was no need for him to take action. Otherwise, why would he still come? There must be another reason. Lin Xian wanted to know the reason. Using the threat of death to find out? This was obviously not a good method. The best way was to get him to say it himself. Who are you? What is the meaning of this? Lin Xian looked very scared. However, it was true. There were 4 of them, and all 4 of them were in the law realm. Lin Xian only had 3 people, and 3 of them were in the lightning tribulation realm. Normally, it would be very difficult to fight. However, if there was no law power, then it was just a simple difference in realm. In terms of attributes and martial skills, Lin Xian and the others were definitely stronger and could make up for it. However, Lin Xian glanced at them. Although the 4 of them were in the law realm, the strongest one was the 2-star law realm at the front. The other 3 were all 1-star law realm. The difference between them and the others was not that big. The biggest difference was the difference of a large realm. However, if they did not comprehend any law, they should be able to make up for it. Who are we? We're here to kill you. Brother Sun, look, they're so beautiful. When a man saw Ling Ying and Han Chushue's faces, he could not help but drool. As expected of the top 3 school beauties of Saint Brilliant Academy, their looks are simply heaven-defying. Sun Xiaolong also subconsciously swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Really, they were simply too beautiful. That. Brother Sun, before we kill them, can we? That person rubbed his hands together. Sure, but you have to make sure that they don't have any fighting ability. Sun Xiaolong also became lustful. Take. Pooh. Just as that vulgar man was laughing, he directly coughed up a mouthful of blood. The focal length of his pupils violently shrank, and his whole body fell to the ground. What? Everything happened too quickly. Coupled with their carelessness, they were all shocked. I say, fellow law realm cultivators, aren't you looking down on us too much? Lin Xian's voice came from behind them. He pulled out Wan Xie, which had pierced that person's heart. Wan Xie was in the light sword state, but it was enough to kill him because his heart had been pierced. With 1 less law realm cultivator out of the 4, it was a lot easier. In truth, Lin Xian wanted to instantly kill that 2-star law realm cultivator, Sun Xiaolong, but Lin Xian was not sure if he could succeed, so it was better to kill someone 1 star lower. At the law realm, the gap of 1 star was quite large. After killing him, Lin Xian directly advanced to the 9-star Thunder Tribulation realm. The reason why Lin Xian was able to instantly kill him was firstly because they were careless and were completely unprepared. They did not even have time to use a bit of spiritual energy to defend themselves. Secondly, Lin Xian secretly bought the attribute from the first merchant center that doubled his strength. The spatial attribute instantly moved to the back, and his strength doubled. Coupled with the fact that the other party did not have time to release a defensive energy shield, the result was obvious. His sword pierced through the heart. A bunch of idiots. The old man in the distance sneered when he saw this scene. They thought that they were very powerful as law realm cultivators, but they were actually careless. How could they have imagined the effects of the spatial attribute? However, when he saw this scene, he felt relieved. He had let these 4 people go. He had only stayed here to let them test the waters and see what Lin Xian and the others were capable of. It was safer. However, Lin Xian had actually used such a sneak attack to attack, which proved that he was not confident in winning the battle. He could only use this method to quickly reduce the pressure on them. In other words, they did not have any experts. Chapter 728. Of course, Lin Xian knew that there was a possibility that the expert wouldn't come out. Otherwise, he would have let Ling Longyue do it. However, Lin Xian didn't do that. He wanted the old man to come out and say his purpose. Courting death. Sun Xiaolong's body exploded with lightning and instantly bombarded Lin Xian. Shua, Lin Xian teleported and disappeared again. He had never fought with a space attribute martial artist before. Now, it seemed that the space attribute, which was known as one of the strongest attributes, was really terrifying. How could you compete in such a battle? But fortunately, he was only in the lightning tribulation realm. Little Ying, there are 3 left. 1 each. Leave this one to me. Okay. Then, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue took out their spirit tools and rushed towards the other two. If Lin Xian didn't kill this one, they would be in trouble. They would need Ling Longyue's help. At this moment, Ling Longyue blinked her big eyes and looked outside. Little Dragony also came out of her arms. Little Dragony wants to help brother fight. Little Dragony said anxiously. Ling Longyue pinched her little cheeks and said, "Don't worry, they will be fine with me here." Woo! She blinked her big eyes. That's right. The reason why Lin Xian dared to let himself, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue fight against someone in the Law Realm was because he was confident in their strength. They obviously had the ability and capital to fight across realms. However, crossing realms was still dangerous. So, the second reason why he was confident in them was because of Ling Longyue. Ling Longyue would definitely ensure their safety. There were 6 of them in total, and all of them were fighting one-on-one. Lin Xian's opponent was the strongest of the remaining 3. This was his responsibility as a man. However, he was indeed the one with the highest cultivation level among the 3 of them. Naturally, it was within reason for him to be matched up against him. The difference between realms wasn't that big. However, there was still the difference between the Lightning Tribulation Realm and the Law Realm. This was different. However, Lin Xian still felt that he would be fine. Because he had something that these people didn't. Lin Xian immediately upgraded his speed, dexterity, defense, and spirit. Against such an expert, Lin Xian had the possibility of being killed in one hit. Therefore, there was no problem in upgrading himself. With all 4 of his main attributes doubled, it was unknown if Lin Xian's overall strength could reach the Law Realm. It was unlikely, but it was probably close. After all, the attributes of a 9-star Lightning Tribulation Realm cultivator would be doubled. You think you can beat me by fighting me one-on-one? Sun Xiaolong sneered as he looked at Lin Xian. Then, he slowly extended his hand and took out his golden blade. I don't know if I can beat him, but I do know that I killed a law adept instantly just now. Lin Xian cracked his neck and said indifferently. On the other side, the battle had already begun, but the distance between them was very wide. The reason was very simple, that was, both Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were confident that they could defeat their opponents. That was just a sneak attack from you. Today, I will tell you that there is an incomparable gap between the Lightning Tribulation Realm and the Law Realm. Sun Xiaolong roared and raised his blade to slash at Lin Xian. Shua, Lin Xian disappeared from his spot once again, and a huge crack appeared where Lin Xian was just a moment ago. Lin Xian appeared behind Sun Xiaolong and stabbed forward with Wan Xie. However, a law adept was still a law adept. Sun Xiaolong quickly turned around and slashed back. Blue lightning wrapped around his blade, and at the same time, a thunderous force slashed at Lin Xian. Lin Xian's attack failed, and he disappeared from his spot once again and reappeared 10 meters away. Arg! Sun Xiaolong roared and charged forward again. Then, Lin Xian dodged again. F***CKU. Do you only know how to dodge? Sun Xiaolong roared angrily. F***CKU. This is too infuriating. Either you fight or you run. F***CKU, you keep disappearing here and there. How can I fight you? This spatial attribute is really disgusting. Lin Xian obviously couldn't win against him in terms of strength. No, that might not be the case. After all, Lin Xian had various lightning-attributed martial skills that weren't low-grade. However, if he also released an Earth-grade martial skill, he obviously couldn't win. On the other side, the battle between Ling Ying and Han Chuxue was the same. After all, there was a gap between their realms. However, it wasn't certain who would benefit if the battle dragged on. Lin Xian sneered and said, "Yes, this is the spatial attribute. If you have the guts, you can do it too. You're courting death. Hide for me, let's see how long you can hide." Sun Xiaolong roared angrily. He held his blade with both hands and slashed crazily on the spot. Thunderous sword chi bombarded Lin Xian one after another. Boom boom boom. The surroundings were constantly destroyed. This power was indeed shocking. Lin Xian was trying to think of a way to get rid of this person. However, he won in the first step. His continuous dodging made Sun Xiaolong angry. That's right. You're the only one who knows long-range attacks? Lin Xian's mouth curled up. Heavenly Thunder Flash. Then, he condensed lightning in his hand and threw it over. Swish. Sun Xiaolong slashed again. The thunderous sword Qi directly scattered the heavenly thunder flash that Lin Xian threw over. There's more. Swish swish swish. Lin Xian kept throwing out heavenly thunder flash. Earth-grade martial skills are powerful, but you're only in the lightning tribulation realm. Sun Xiaolong let out another furious roar. His figure leaped forward and his entire body turned into a thunderbolt as he charged towards Lin Xian at lightning speed. Boom! The place where he landed was directly blasted into a pit of more than 10 meters. However, Lin Xian reacted quickly and easily left with his spatial energy. Damn it! Sun Xiaolong gritted his teeth. He felt that he could easily kill Lin Xian, but he couldn't hit him. This was the most infuriating thing. How could there be such a disgusting attribute like the spatial attribute in this world? Then, thunderbolts suddenly appeared around his body and bombarded him continuously. Sun Xiaolong was suddenly tricked. Although he was of the lightning attribute, Lin Xian's was purple lightning. The grade of the lightning was not the same. Lin Xian released an Earth-grade 8-star martial skill, Extreme Thunder Sky Flashes Sword Array. The instant he landed, it completely formed and trapped him. Of course, Lin Xian did not think that such a martial skill could kill him. After all, this was a 2-star law realm existence. However, he was injured by this move. Thunder Fall. A bolt of lightning easily dispelled the extreme lightning heavenly flash. Sun Xiaolong charged towards Lin Xian once again, but Lin Xian disappeared from where he stood. That's right, disgusting him. Can you F*King stop dodging? Sun Xiaolong roared angrily. This spatial attribute was 2F*King disgusting. Okay, then can you not set off any more mines? Idiot. You're courting death. You want to dodge? Let me see how you dodge. Earth-grade 8-star martial skill, Endless Lightning Snake. Ugh. Chapter 729. A terrifying power erupted from Sun Xiaolong's body. Then, thousands upon thousands of blue snake-like lightning bolts shot out from his body and rushed towards Lin Xian. Not only did the area where Lin Xian was, but the surrounding area was also covered by countless lightning snakes. Hide? Let me see where you can hide. I will destroy the surrounding 100 meters. How can you hide? Sun Xiaolong's eyes were red and he looked at Lin Xian with a sinister expression. It was as if he was about to see Lin Xian's corpse. Boom! Then, a terrifying power surged down from the sky. In an instant, the surrounding area was annihilated and dust filled the sky. Lin Xian was shocked. The power of this move was probably close to a heaven-rank martial skill. However, Sun Xiaolong panted on the spot. It was obvious that this move had consumed a large amount of his spirit energy. Although he was panting violently, he had a bloody smile on his face. It was as if he could already see Lin Xian's corpse after the dust settled. However, his expression gradually stiffened from the smile on his face. Because the dust slowly dissipated, revealing large craters within a radius of 100 meters. But where were the corpses? At this moment, Lin Xian's voice sounded. Sun Xiaolong's pupils contracted violently. I say, aren't you underestimating the space attribute a little too much? Lin Xian looked at him mockingly from a distance. Oh! Sun Xiaolong roared angrily and turned around. Really, is the spatial attribute your cancer? This guy's mentality was about to explode. Lin Xian was secretly speechless. This was the spatial attribute. So what if your level was high? You couldn't hit it. Yes, your move hit a range of 100 meters, but Lin Xian could casually jump 100 meters. Sun Xiaolong angrily rushed towards Lin Xian with lightning bolts at an extremely fast speed. It was obvious that his emotions were somewhat out of control. Lin Xian exchanged his attributes again. Then, a powerful force erupted from his body and he welcomed the attack with his sword. When Sun Xiaolong saw that Lin Xian actually dared to compete with him in strength, his eyes lit up. Wasn't this courting death? However, just as the two were about to collide, Lin Xian's figure once again disappeared in front of him. Ah! Seeing this scene, Sun Xiaolong roared again. However, it was Lin Xian who had blocked his vision. This time, when Lin Xian suddenly disappeared in front of him, his first reaction was anger and madness. However, his second reaction was something similar to a black hole had appeared in front of him. His speed was too fast and he couldn't stop for a while. At the same time, the black hole also had a very terrifying suction force, and his figure was directly sucked in. Myriad Bait Heavenly Prison, Grade Heaven Rank 1 Star. A Heaven Rank martial skill created by the Void Fox Ling Long Shui. As a member of the Void Fox clan, the ruler of space, this self-created martial skill can be said to be heaven-defying. Effect: releases a powerful Myriad Bait Heavenly Prison with destructive power and a powerful suction force. Once the target is sucked in, it will cause irreversible destruction. The size, strength, and suction force of the Myriad Bait Heavenly Prison are related to the strength of the release. Spiritual energy cost: a minimum of 3,500. That's right, this was the first time Lin Xian had released the Myriad Bait Heavenly Prison. Only this skill could allow Lin Xian to deal with Sun Xiaolong in the most direct and straightforward manner. After Sun Xiaolong was sucked into the Myriad Bait Heavenly Prison, it meant that he had fallen. It was true that he had laws, but he didn't have the time to use them. Lin Xian's experience bar skyrocketed once again. However, the law realm wasn't enough for him to level up by an entire level. However, he had already gained so much experience before even entering Tianhua City. This trip was incomparably smooth. Following that, Lin Xian acted as if he didn't notice the old man in the distance and directly rushed towards Han Chushue to help her fight. After all, Ling Ying was of the dark element. Although her realm was 1 star lower than Han Chushue's, it was much easier for her to fight against dark element opponents. Thus, Lin Xian chose to help Ling Ying first. When Han Chushue's opponent realized that Sun Xiaolong had actually been killed by Lin Xian, his face was filled with disbelief. His subconscious reaction was to run away. However, how could he run away from Lin Xian's space attribute power? Obviously, it was impossible. In a short period of time, Han Chushue's opponent was killed. Then, Lin Xian and Han Chushue joined Ling Ying's battle and helped Ling Ying kill his opponent. Humph, if it wasn't for the Myriad Bait Heavenly Prison that Big Sister gave you, let's see how you defeated your opponent. Ling Longyue thought proudly in the car. When the old man in the distance saw this scene, he sneered. They were indeed powerful to be able to kill several Law Realm experts as Lightning Tribulation Realm experts. He couldn't help but admire them, but they looked like they were having a hard time killing these people, which meant they didn't have any tricks up their sleeves, so he could forget about his worries. As for the girl he didn't know, she had been hiding in the car the whole time. Obviously, she was hiding because her strength was too low. Therefore, this time, they would die without a doubt. Whoosh! Following that, the old man rushed towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian and the other two felt that this power was actually within their expectations. Wasn't the reason they had fought so hard to end the battle to lure this person out? Then, Lin Xian released his space attribute and the three of them quickly pulled apart the distance between them. A large crater was created where the old man stood. When the dust settled, Lin Xian looked at the old man with a face full of fear. Who are you? Lin Xian mainly wanted to know who this old man was. Who could be so generous as to hire a heavenly venerable realm expert to kill him? The Azura Palace probably couldn't do it, right? The Azura Palace might have heavenly venerable realm experts, but their status was not lower than the so-called Hall Master. The so-called Hall Master definitely couldn't casually order such experts around. It was possible if it was related to the Azura Palace, but it was impossible if it was a family matter. Therefore, Lin Xian didn't think that this old man was from the Azura Palace. Naturally, he wasn't from the Liao family either. In this border city, it was almost impossible for any family to have a heavenly venerable realm expert. If a family had a heavenly venerable realm expert, it was almost impossible for them to stay in the border city. The old man looked at Lin Xian viciously. Lin Xian, this old man will grind your bones to dust today. Whoosh! Lin Xian then blasted a heavenly thunder flash over. The old man only raised his hand slightly and the earth rank martial skill, heavenly thunder flash, was annihilated in front of him. Ha ha ha! It's useless, it's useless. When the old man saw Lin Xian's futile resistance, his heart was incomparably carefree. He could finally kill him. However, it wasn't a problem to be vigilant before. Who are you? I don't remember having any conflict with you. Why does a heavenly venerable realm expert want to kill me? Lin Xian looked at the old man with vigilance. He had to figure out his identity. Only then would he have no worries, because Lin Xian had too many enemies. You don't remember? You don't remember? Hearing Lin Xian's words, the old man's face turned sinister. It was as if he felt that victory was in his hands and was not in a hurry to kill Lin Xian. Chapter 730. Lin Xian nodded. That's right, I don't remember having any conflicts with you. My grandson died in your hands, and you say you don't remember? The old man gritted his teeth and glared at Lin Xian, his face full of hatred. Your grandson? Sorry, I've killed many people. I don't know your grandson's name. My grandson is Qin Xiaotian. Lin Xian. This King Qin family is really haunting me. After killing the young one, the old one is coming? However, Lin Xian laughed in his heart. So it was the Qin family that Qin Xiaotian was from. It wasn't a big family, but it was beyond Lin Xian's expectations that there was a heavenly venerable in the Qin family. This old man probably hadn't been in the Qin family before. Otherwise, he wouldn't have attacked Lin Xian now. Although Qin Xiaotian's incident had caused a stir, the rest of the Qin family didn't have much of a problem. After all, they just casually said that they didn't know Qin Xiaotian was such a person, and there was no evidence from the Qin family. The rest of the Qin family didn't have much of a problem. Although Qin Xiaotian's father kept saying that it was all Qin Xiaotian's fault and that the Qin family had let down Lin Xian and the others, the one who died was his son after all. Naturally, he wouldn't let the matter rest. No one knew what he would do. Look, the old one came. So, the Qin family wasn't completely settled yet. Who knew if this old man would end after he died? Ha ha ha, Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue also came to a realization. So it was the Qin family. Sure enough, the Qin family wouldn't let the matter rest. What are you laughing at? The old man looked at Lin Xian in confusion. Lin Xian sighed and said, I'm laughing. So the Qin family still hasn't given up on me. You killed my grandson. Do you think this matter is over? No. You must accompany him in hell. Tisk, tsk, tsk. Lin Xian smiled. So you think your grandson is going to hell, old man? There's nothing wrong with that. Humph. The old man snorted coldly. Now, do you have any last words? After killing you, this old man will bring your last words to your elder sister, and then let your elder sister accompany you in hell. The old man's expression was ferocious. No, no, no. What last words do you have for me? I might even be able to pass them to your Qin family. Lin Xian shook his head and said. The old man frowned when he heard Lin Xian's words. Who is it? Suddenly, he turned around abruptly, and a figure appeared in mid-air behind him, who immediately kicked him. Whoosh! The old man was sent flying by this kick. After landing on the ground, he slid back a few dozen meters before coming to a stop. Sensing this power, the old man's face was filled with shock. What? He half knelt on the ground and raised his head. This power was much stronger than him. His gaze was fixed on the girl standing in front of him. It's her. Wasn't she the weak girl who followed Lin Xian and the rest? Even when Lin Xian and the rest were fighting, she was hiding in the car. She's actually an expert. I've been tricked. That was the old man's first reaction. Dragony, spray him. Boom. A flame shot towards the old man. Lin Xian didn't know how strong this flame was, but it seemed to be very hot. However, it would be difficult for Dragony to hit the old man. Ling Longyue only wanted her to spit fire for fun. Damn it! The old man spat out a mouthful of blood and ran towards the horizon. That's right, he had to run. From that one exchange, he knew that he was no match for the girl. This world is really messed up. How can a random youngster be so strong? Want to run? Ling Longyue of course knew that this Qin family was the evil family that harmed Lin Xian. She also hated them. They even sent people to kill Lin Xian. So even if Lin Xian didn't say anything, Ling Longyue wouldn't let him go back alive. Ling Longyue then disappeared from the spot. The old man and Ling Longyue also disappeared at the same time. Lin Xian, what are you going to do? Ling Ying and Han Chuxue looked at Lin Xian worriedly. It seemed like Lin Xian had a lot more enemies than he had imagined. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders and said, "Who knows? I don't know if it's the Qin family's idea or if it's just the old man's idea. Anyway, this old man is going to die. As for the Qin family, if I attack them without any evidence, it would be my fault." After the Qin family got into trouble in Tianhua City, they also came to Lin and City. However, after arriving in Lin and City, the Qin family kept a low profile. It seems like they are also thinking of ways to deal with you. Han Chuxue muttered. She had been secretly paying attention to Lin Xian's matters. For example, Lin Xian's previous enemies, including the Qin family. Maybe Lin Xian didn't even think about it, but she would be there to pay attention. Now that the old man from the Qin family is dead, they won't be able to do anything in a short period of time. I don't want to touch them anymore. There's no need, and I won't get anything. I only hope that they will take this as a warning, otherwise. Lin Xian's eyes flashed with killing intent. As the Xian Corporation grew stronger day by day, Lin Xian would also gradually start to develop his own power. When that time comes, the Qin family would be nothing. No, to be precise, the Qin family was already nothing. The Xian Corporation was still standing strong, and their terrifying ability to make money was simply ridiculous. Not long after, Ling Longyue appeared beside Lin Xian and the others. "Big brother, the bad guy is gone." Little Dragony popped her little head out from his embrace and said excitedly. Lin Xian nodded slightly. "Humph, you just asked me to come over to be your hired thug." Ling Longyue pouted her little mouth. Obviously, the old man had been killed by Ling Longyue. "Hee, when we go back, I will buy you whatever you want to eat." "Then I want to eat what you cook," Ling Longyue said without hesitation. "Oh, you think that my cooking is better than anything else?" Lin Xian asked with a smile. Of course not. I just feel that it is too easy for you to buy it. It is too much of a loss for me to let you spend some effort," Ling Longyue said proudly. All right. Since you've helped me so much, I'll do whatever you say. However, there's always a next time. Don't kill him. Bring him half dead and let me finish him off. Otherwise, it'll be a waste." "Oh." Ling Longyue nodded as if she didn't understand. Damn, the experience of a heavenly sovereign was too much. Otherwise, Lin Xian wouldn't even need the heavenly starfruit to level up. "Let's go, it is already dark. We can enter Tianhua City now," Ling Ying said. "Okay." This was just a small interlude. After that, they slipped into Tianhua City. One day and one night passed just like that. When Lin Xian, Ling Ying, and Han Chuxue returned, it was already the afternoon of the second day. Fortunately, they had all reached the Law Realm. Chapter 731. Ling Longyue was unhappy. Damn, coming out with you guys for a day and a night was so boring. She didn't want to come out with Lin Xian again. However, she did have a good time eating. However, they were only 2 or 3 stars away from advancing. In Tianhua City, where there were many powerful monsters, it took them a day and a night to advance to the Lightning Tribulation Realm. If they wanted to advance to the Law Realm, it would take several times longer, and that was under the condition that they had to fight all the time. Hence, it was getting more and more difficult to advance. After that, the heavenly star fruit was no longer useful. Lin Xian needed the 3rd shopping center. The mission of the 3rd shopping center was to capture Murong Qing. That was also difficult. However, the most important thing now was Linglong Shui and the rest, as well as Xiao Xinyue. Linglong Shui and the rest's mission was about to end, and Xiao Xinyue's mission meant that they didn't have to worry about the lack of jade marrow liquid for the future development of the Yexian Corporation. Lin Xian reached the Law Realm, and the gap between the realms was immediately apparent. The Law Realm was much stronger than the Lightning Tribulation Realm. Lin Xian even felt that if he didn't have the myriad bait heavenly prison, it would have been difficult to kill his opponent. However, the so-called Law Lin Xian didn't understand this. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue also returned home one after another. They also tried to comprehend the law. Little you, how do you think the law is comprehended? Lin Xian asked as he drove Ling Longyue home. It's about perceiving your attribute. Generally, laws are comprehended according to your own attribute. However, there are some special cases where their laws and domains are completely different from their own attribute. That kind of is very difficult. Then how do you comprehend it? Lin Xian asked curiously. I don't know. My law is related to space. I don't understand that either. Ling Longyue shook her head and said while hugging the sleeping Dragoni. Then go ask your sister. Lin Xianran then brought Ling Longyue to their residence. Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue were lying on the sofa in their pajamas, watching TV under the blanket. Lin Xian swore that the inside of the blanket was absolutely fragrant. I'm back. Ling Longshui gently placed Dragoni on the sofa on the other side of the room, then collapsed on the sofa next to Ling Longshui and the rest. So comfortable. Ling Longyue heaved a sigh of relief. Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue looked at Lin Xian again. The Law Realm. Ling Longshui could sense Lin Xian's realm. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, I'm a 1-star Law Realm expert now, so I came over to ask you about some methods of comprehending laws. Let me take you somewhere. Ling Longshui stood up from the sofa and put on a pair of pink slippers. It was obvious that she didn't buy the slippers herself. Ling Longyue probably bought them for her. Okay. Then Lin Xian and Ling Longshui disappeared. Opening his eyes, Lin Xian found himself in an unfamiliar environment. It seemed to be a cave, but the heaven and earth spirit energy here was terrifyingly dense. However, Lin Xian wasn't sure if modern human warriors could cultivate without the help of the God's Child system. However, for those who didn't cultivate with the help of the system, such as the Devil Race and Bing Lingyue, this place was simply a holy land for cultivation. Ling Longshui walked in front and Lin Xian followed behind her. Ling Longshui's voice slowly came. This is a secret realm of my race, a small world. You and I have cultivated here for many years. This is your home? Lin Xian asked curiously. Ling Longshui nodded. Yes and no. It's just a place for cultivation, but it belongs to us. Is it as fragrant as your body? Ling Longshui. That's right, she decisively ignored Lin Xian's words. We're here. After about a minute, they walked through a stone door. This was the place Ling Longshui brought Lin Xian to. This was a cave, but it wasn't an ordinary cave. It wasn't big, and besides some simple furniture, there was a bed that was particularly eye-catching. This bed was a little like the ice bed Bing Lingyue was lying on when they first met. Above this bed was a huge 7-colored stone that shone brightly. Lin Xian believed that the dense heaven and earth spirit energy here was released by this 7-colored stone. Xiao Linglong. Lin Xian muttered behind them. Ling Longshui turned her beautiful face and looked at him in confusion. I didn't expect you to be this kind of person. Ling Longshui frowned slightly. What was wrong with her? However, Lin Xian's next words made her furious. She even wanted to kick Lin Xian out. I just advanced to the law realm. I didn't expect you to be so impatient to drag me to bed. Can't you let me be mentally prepared? Lin Xian had a shy look on his face. Linglong Shui, really, she wanted to beat this shameless person up. Do you want to die? She said faintly. Hee, I'll be a romantic ghost if I die under a peony. Linglong Shui, then let's go back. Don't. You said that I'm pursuing you now. What's wrong with flirting with you? Isn't that normal? When did you pursue me? Linglong Shui glanced at Lin Xian. F***ck, you're not admitting it again. Last time, you lost a bet and said that you'd give me a chance to pursue you. In theory, I've been pursuing you all this time. It's just that you didn't agree. Linglong Shui nodded slightly and didn't continue the topic with Lin Xian. She said, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth here is very dense. Most importantly, the crystal above us is a law heavenly crystal. It contains all the law powers that my ancestors have been able to collect since ancient times. Back then, you and I tried to comprehend the law powers here, hoping to comprehend the law powers beyond your element. However, we failed. However, you can try. Even if you can't comprehend the law powers beyond your element, you should be able to quickly comprehend some law powers with the help of the countless laws in this law heavenly crystal. Lin Xian's eyes lit up when he heard Linglong Shui's words. F***ck. Little Linglong is really beautiful on the outside. Hee. If he married her in the future, wouldn't her countless treasures be his? Then, Lin Xian leaped and decisively jumped onto the bed. Xiao Linglong, is this the bed you used to lie on? How blissful. Lin Xian said with a smile. Linglong Shui, hurry up and comprehend it. I'll protect you. After saying that, she sat down at the side. With a wave of her hand, a pot of tea and a teacup appeared in front of her. She sat down elegantly. Lin Xian closed his eyes. Chapter 732. Remember, don't try to comprehend the power of law that surpasses your own. Otherwise, it will be very dangerous. Linglong Shui added. Lin Xian circulated his own power, and the surrounding spiritual energy of heaven and earth began to surge into his body rapidly. Linglong Shui, who was next to him, drank her tea while looking at Lin Xian. She knew that under normal circumstances, there would not be much danger. However, the situation now was different. The Spirit Stone would give Lin Xian too much spiritual energy when he cultivated. This kind of spiritual energy boost could even be fatal for someone in the law realm. Sometimes, it was not good to have too much spiritual energy of heaven and earth. It was too easy to go berserk, explode, and die. Therefore, she needed to protect Lin Xian. If it were not for Lin Xian's great help to her, and she could see that Lin Xian wanted to comprehend the law as soon as possible, she would not have brought Lin Xian here. Only she and Linglong Shui had been here before, so it could be considered half their home. However, perhaps she was not too clear about it. In fact, the main reason was that Linglong Shui cared about Lin Xian. Because she cared about him, she thought of him. At this moment, Lin Xian felt as if he was wandering in a starry universe. There were countless planets in this starry universe, and each planet seemed to contain a completely different power. With a thought, Lin Xian, who was in his divine sea, flew to one of the planets. When Lin Xian landed on it, he could feel the boundless heat. It was so hot that it made him feel extremely uncomfortable. This should be some kind of law related to the fire attribute. Lin Xian muttered to himself. A law related to the fire attribute was not the fire attribute. It only meant that one's flames could ignore the opponent's defensive aura shield. Perhaps after releasing this law, the power of one's flames would increase, just like how Bing Lingyue's law could increase her ice attribute power. There was a substantial difference. An attribute was an attribute. Even if one was a type of attribute, it was only a branch of the attribute that supported one's strength. That's right, this was the feeling of a law, supporting one's strength. In the outside world, Lin Xian was sweating all over. Naturally, this scene was also seen by Lin Xian. Flames? Linglong Shui frowned slightly. He was of the space attribute. How could he directly comprehend a certain attribute related to flames? A cultivator could only comprehend laws related to their own attribute. The other type was unrelated, but it did not belong to any attribute. In any case, fire was an attribute. Suddenly, she understood something. That's right. This bastard did not only have the space attribute. He also had lightning, ice, and poison. This scene made her understand that Lin Xian even had the fire attribute. Linglong Shui did not know what to say. In any case, she was envious. The demon clan was born with one element, and 99% of the human clan was born with one element. The rest were born with 2, 3, and almost none of them had more than 3. However, Lin Xian seemed to have 5. What kind of monster was he? He was really mysterious. Lin Xian shook his head in the star. No, it's too mediocre. This is not the law I want. Then, he flew to another star. When Lin Xian landed on this star, he could clearly feel the lightning attribute permeating the air. However, as for what kind of law it was, Lin Xian still needed to comprehend it. Sizzle. At this moment, lightning surrounded Lin Xian's body. You're the best at comprehending the space law. The others are much worse than the space law. Linglong Shui muttered to herself. No, it's still not enough. It's not what I want. Lin Xian then flew to another star. Space. Lin Xian's eyes focused. This was what he was more concerned about. Then, Lin Xian sat on it to comprehend. This should be the law of space creation. After comprehending for more than 10 minutes, Lin Xian opened his eyes. Space creation was a kind of top-notch power. It was something that could not be released no matter how powerful one's space attribute was. For example, one could compress space and jump space. However, space creation was another plane. It could only be done when one reached the law level. Its effect was actually very simple. It was creation. It could create a new space. If one was powerful enough, they could create a new world. That's right. You could create a small world. It really existed. However, it was just a space. There was no air, light, or anything else inside. Therefore, it seemed very powerful. However, there was a crucial problem. What was the use of it? Yes, it was useless. It was powerful, but it was useless. If only I could create everything instead of just a space. Lin Xian sighed and then prepared to leave. Suddenly, Lin Xian stopped in his tracks. Create everything? Lin Xian's eyes suddenly lit up. Space creation law and creation law were two different things. Then, could he create everything? Wasn't this a law power that was separated from the attribute? Lin Xian also felt that it was very powerful. Thinking of this, Lin Xian glanced around. There were countless planets around him, and each planet was a law. There were countless things in them, and he wanted to create everything. He wanted to possess something extraordinary, something different from others. Then he had to try. Creation law, let me try. Let me see if I can comprehend it. Lin Xian then sat there and his spirit sea surged. Among the stars, hundreds of millions of planets flew towards Lin Xian and revolved around Lin Xian. Time passed slowly. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. That's right. 3 days had passed. Linglong Shui was shocked. What was he doing? If he had already comprehended the law and started to fully comprehend it, it would only take half a day. Moreover, he was so talented. It wouldn't take long. Then, she waited here for Lin Xian for 3 days. During these 3 days, the outside world was really anxious. The signal couldn't be transmitted. If Linglong Shui hadn't thought of some people around Lin Xian and returned home to tell Bing Lingyue, Ling Ying, Linya and the others would have cried because there was no news about Lin Xian for 3 days. They knew that he had enemies outside. Would he, however, they finally got news from Bing Lingyue and were relieved. Ling Long Shui left and returned in less than 10 seconds. At this moment, Lin Xian had lost all consciousness. He didn't know what state he was in. It was as if he had entered a state where he was constantly creating and was very excited. However, in the stars, he opened his eyes. His eyes flashed with surprise because he seemed to have succeeded a little. He was really going to succeed. He even lost his mind a little. However, he didn't know his current state. After that, he spat out a mouthful of blood. Puff, Lin Xian in the outside world also spat out a mouthful of blood without warning. Chapter 733. Whoosh, Ling Long Shui stood up and flashed to Lin Xian's side. What's going on? She frowned. For the past 3 days, he hadn't shown any signs of abnormality. He had only been comprehending, and the surrounding spiritual energy had become increasingly tyrannical. However, 3 days later, he had actually spat out a mouthful of blood. What was he doing? What was he comprehending? It had been 3 days. Although there was danger, it was still an extremely small probability. How could it have happened to him? What was going on with him spitting out blood? Ling Long Shui didn't know what Lin Xian was doing. She only knew that it wasn't good for him to spit out blood. Moreover, his aura had begun to become chaotic. This was definitely not a good omen. Qi deviation. That's right. The thing she was most worried about had happened. Lin Xian seemed to be on the verge of qi deviation. If the spiritual energy was too dense, he might be on the verge of exploding. She could effectively contain it, but qi deviation. She could only try to wake Lin Xian up, but waking him up would only speed up the process of qi deviation. I hope he's all right. Ling Long Shui then released a gentle force on Lin Xian. This force was comforting Lin Xian's heart. At this moment, Lin Xian seemed to have fallen into a state of madness. He stretched out his hand, and an apple appeared in his hand. He stretched out his hand again, and an orange appeared in his hand. Ha ha ha, creation. This is the law of creation. It really worked for me. Lin Xian laughed loudly. In the outside world, Lin Xian's expression was constantly changing. Lin Xian, Lin Xian. Ling Long Shui shook him slightly. When a person was in qi deviation, their 7 emotions and 6 desires would be displayed incisively and vividly. They would do everything in front of them that could express their 7 emotions and 6 desires or negative emotions. For example, if the person in front of Lin Xian was someone he hated, he would unconsciously want to kill that person. If the person in front of him was someone he was jealous of, he would kill that person. If the person in front of him was someone he was afraid of, he would instinctively run away without hiding anything. If the person in front of him was someone he liked, then this was qi deviation. Your instincts would unconsciously control everything you did. At this moment, Lin Xian was creating everything in the deep sea with great excitement. He had no idea what he was actually doing. Lin Xian. Ling Long Shui released another wave of energy in an attempt to appease Lin Xian. However, Lin Xian, who was in the deep sea, could sense it. He saw a ray of light in the distance. Normally, he would chase after that ray of light, but at this moment, Lin Xian was subconsciously creating. He didn't want to chase after it, he wanted to create. Therefore, he waved his hand and that ray of light turned into darkness. Lin Xian wasn't wrong. He was just doing what he wanted to do. He didn't know that he was actually in qi deviation. What's going on? Why is it useless? Ling Long Shui felt that her energy was enough to appease him. It must be effective. However, she released it twice in a row, but it didn't have any effect. What law are you comprehending? Ling Long Shui stood in front of Lin Xian and frowned. Suddenly, Lin Xian opened his eyes and saw Ling Long Shui. When Ling Long Shui saw Lin Xian's blood-red eyes, she knew that Lin Xian was in qi deviation. Whoosh, Lin Xian charged at Ling Long Shui and punched her fiercely. Ling Long Shui dodged easily. His subconscious wasn't to attack Ling Long Shui. He knew that she was very powerful and wanted to control her. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Then, in this small room, Lin Xian couldn't touch Ling Long Shui at all. Linglong Shui frowned. Wake up. Although Linglong Shui knew that her words were completely useless, she had no choice but to do so. However, she also knew that if Lin Xian was allowed to continue like this, there would be two outcomes. First, he would go crazy and become an idiot. Second, he would die. While Linglong Shui was in a daze, Lin Xian released his spatial attribute and appeared in front of her. He pounced on her and pushed her to the ground. Then, Lin Xian began to touch her clothes. Slap! Linglong Shui subconsciously slapped Lin Xian's face. Then, Lin Xian turned around and continued to touch her clothes as if he couldn't feel the pain. Slap! Another slap. Lin Xian spat out blood from her slap. However, he was still like this. Linglong Shui was really speechless. Why did she bring Lin Xian here? She ended up in this state. Moreover, she was also speechless at Lin Xian. She specifically reminded him not to try to understand those difficult laws, but he still tried. Bastard! But Linglong Shui looked at Lin Xian, who had lost his mind and was constantly touching her body. She bit her red lips slightly. If she didn't do anything, Lin Xian would become an idiot at best. In the worst case, he would die. This kind of qi deviation wasn't something that could be controlled by strength. You could only make him do what he wanted to do. Perhaps he would gradually calm down. Otherwise, it would only get worse. Linglong Shui knew very well what Lin Xian wanted to do to her now. After thinking about it, she slowly closed her eyes. It was her own fate. She couldn't turn a blind eye to Lin Xian anymore. She really couldn't. Why was it like this again? The first time, she lost consciousness. The second time, it was Lin Xian. Linglong Shui was really going to faint. Rip, then. After an unknown amount of time, Lin Xian lost consciousness. The stars in the deep sea also disappeared. He fell asleep and returned to normal. After a long time, Lin Xian felt pain all over his body, especially his face. It was so painful that he was going crazy. Then, he subconsciously touched his face. Ouch! A blood-curdling scream rang out. Why was his face so big? Was it swollen like a pig's head? That's right, it was because of Linglong Shui's 2 slaps. But Lin Xian didn't know. Then, Lin Xian opened his eyes. What entered his eyes was the strands of hair in his arms. Lin Xian's heart suddenly thumped. F***CK. What the hell? Why was he seeing this scene when he woke up? His head was swollen like a pig's, and there was a girl sleeping in his arms. This girl, Lin Xian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Then, he slightly fiddled with the hair, revealing a perfect side profile. Linglong Shui. Gulp. Lin Xian swallowed a mouthful of saliva again. Then, he looked. Lin Xian didn't know where the blanket came from. He reached out to test it. F***CK? The two of them. Could it be that little Ling Long took advantage of the time when he was comprehending the laws to do something to him? No, this wasn't her. Then, it was him? Lin Xian was going crazy. He woke up, but he didn't even dare to move. Chapter 734. After about 2 hours, Linglong Shui moved slightly in Lin Xian's arms and opened her beautiful eyes. Her entire face was pressed against Lin Xian's chest, and all she could see was Lin Xian's skin. She didn't move after opening her eyes, but she could sense that Lin Xian had woken up. Ouch! Following which, a blood-curdling scream rang out as Lin Xian was sent flying, crashing into the wall in the distance. At the same time, Linglong Shui leaped into the air, her body wrapped in the blanket as she spun around twice. After which, she had already put on a dress while Lin Xian landed on the ground miserably. Linglong Shui's beautiful face was flushed red. Did she really owe this enemy in her previous life? Why was her life so bitter? If only it was in the past, she would have been able to let Lin Xian die casually, but now, she looked at Lin Xian with a myriad of expressions. Lin Xian climbed up from the ground, then stood up and looked at Linglong Shui, who was wearing a white dress and standing barefoot on the jade bed. Xiao Linglong, can you be gentler? It hurts. Lin Xian touched his handsome face. Whoosh, Ling Long Shui didn't say anything and threw the blanket at Lin Xian, covering his entire body. Her beautiful face was even redder. Every piece of clothing on this bastard. Put on your clothes. Ling Long Shui gritted her teeth and said coldly. Lin Xian wrapped the blanket around himself, then slowly put on his clothes. After putting on his clothes, he threw the blanket aside. Then, the surroundings fell silent, because the two of them were incomparably awkward. Although Lin Xian didn't know what was going on, he knew that something must have happened. That. Lin Xian broke the silence, scratching his head as he walked over. I'll be responsible for you. Lin Xian said. Ling Long Shui. Nothing happened between us. Ling Long Shui said coldly. You can't lie to yourself, right? I'll really be responsible for you. Lin Xian felt that this was a great opportunity to make Ling Long Shui his girlfriend. Shut up. Ling Long Shui growled. Lin Xian then obediently shut his mouth. She was in a mess. She was very confused and aggrieved, but she didn't regret it because she didn't let her conscience down. I told you, nothing happened between us. Ling Long Shui said coldly. Alright, alright, alright. You're right. Lin Xian nodded repeatedly. Then, he looked at the favorability rating and let out a sigh of relief. Ling Long Shui acted so cold, but her favorability rating had increased to 60 points. What's wrong with me? Lin Xian sat beside Ling Long Shui. Ling Long Shui subconsciously took a step back. Qi deviation. She slowly got off the bed and put on her shoes. Ah. Lin Xian scratched his head. I told you not to try to comprehend seemingly powerful precepts. Why didn't you listen? Ling Long Shui glared at Lin Xian angrily. If it wasn't for that, she wouldn't have been tainted by this bastard a second time. Lin Xian said, I just don't want to be too ordinary. I want to comprehend a better and more powerful precepts. Didn't you fail in the end? Ling Long Shui took a deep breath. Bastard, bastard, bastard. She felt so wronged. The system notifications kept ringing in Lin Xian's mind. They were all about how angry and wronged she was. Moreover, Lin Xian had obtained 50 million Adonis points. God knows what he did to Ling Long Shui in his delirious state. Anyway, it must have been sex. I don't think so. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Lin Xian said, I remember that I should have finished comprehending it because I kept using it in the deity ocean. I got more and more excited. Maybe that's why I went berserk. But before that, I had already comprehended it. What precepts? Ling Long Shui really wanted to know what precepts this bastard comprehended. Bastard, bastard. Creation. Spatial creation? That shouldn't have caused you to go berserk. Lin Xian shook his head. It's not spatial creation. It's creation. After saying that, Lin Xian stretched out his hand and released the precepts of creation that he comprehended. Then, an apple appeared in his hand. At the same time, he consumed some spiritual energy and mental strength. Here, it's very sweet. Lin Xian smiled and handed it to Ling Long Shui. Ling Long Shui revealed a shocked expression. She subconsciously took the apple that Lin Xian handed to her. This? She stared at the apple. Look. Then, Lin Xian waved his hand again. A table of delicacies appeared on the table. Red braised pork, mapo tofu, and so on. Ling Long Shui. She looked at Lin Xian in disbelief. Was this person a monster? Precepts of creation, he actually obtained this precepts? This was probably the strongest precepts of all precepts, right? Because as long as you had sufficient strength and mental strength, you could create anything. Rumor had it that when you reached an existence that transcended the heavenly Tao realm, you could create a planet with a raise of your hand. You could create life and recreate the dead. In any case, everything was done according to your will. In this world, she could no longer think of any precepts that could compare to the precepts of creation. However, this precepts of creation only caused him to go berserk? She could not imagine it. Lin Xian was truly a monster. Creation, he could create everything. Of course, it was related to his strength. For example, Lin Xian could create an apple, a set of clothes, or something even more powerful. However, the truly difficult things were impossible with his current strength. For example, if a person suffered a serious injury, Lin Xian would not be able to directly heal the injury with his current strength. However, when he reached a certain level, for example, if a person lost an arm, Lin Xian would be able to recreate it. He could even create a planet and all life on the planet. However, Lin Xian could not do it now. If he could not do it and insisted on doing it, the price he would have to pay would be death. Creation was related to Lin Xian's mental strength, and spiritual power. Mental strength was especially crucial. As for success, it depended on the difficulty and weakness of the thing he created. In any case, Lin Xian did not know where his limits were. He did not dare to try too much either. It was too dangerous. He could only slowly explore. However, he had to admit that he had obtained the most powerful precepts of creation in this world. No matter how awesome your precepts were, how could they compare to creation? They could not compare. You've been with me for a few days. Hurry up and eat. Although I didn't make it myself, it was created based on my thoughts. The taste is exactly the same as what I made. Hurry up. Then, Lin Xian pulled Ling Long Shue's hand and walked to the table. Ling Long Shue subconsciously broke free from Lin Xian's hand. Chapter 735. Lin Xian didn't know what to do with Ling Long Shue. Although they had already done it, Lin Xian felt that this was the best time to attack her. However, with her personality, he couldn't be sure. What if it was the worst? Therefore, for the sake of safety, Lin Xian decided to play by the rules. However, he felt that the happiest thing was that he had sex with her again for no reason. She clearly didn't have to use it, but she didn't. What did that prove? It proved that it was good. Therefore, he only needed time to get this girl. However, he didn't have time now. There were only 10 days left. Getting both Ling Long Shue and Bing Lingyue in a dozen days, this was impossible. He was done for. Lin Xian scratched his head and sat down. Well, how long has it been? Ling Long Shue sat opposite him and said indifferently, 3 days. 3 days? If King slept with you for 3 days? Ling Long Shue. Ah. Kill him. Kill him. You're the one who comprehended it for 3 days. Ling Long Shue gritted her teeth. She wanted to sew Lin Xian's mouth shut. Oh, it's sweet. Hee, hurry up and try it. Ling Long Shue's heart was in a mess. On one hand, she didn't know what to do. On the other hand, Lin Xian actually comprehended this level of law. It was really heaven-defying. However, she was happy for Lin Xian. But, was it good? This kind of power was heaven-defying, but it might not be able to unleash its full potential. If Lin Xian only created things that could be eaten and used, it really wouldn't be of any help to his martial arts career. She wasn't sure. Do you want to drink? Lin Xian stretched out his hand and a bottle of Lafite appeared. Needless to say, this power was really terrifying. Creating something out of nothing, and creating this kind of food and drink didn't consume too much of his spiritual power. Perhaps this was the most basic creation. Ling Long Shue was envious of Lin Xian as if he was performing magic. By the way, will you get pregnant? Ling Long Shue. A force brushed past Lin Xian's ear, and the wall behind him collapsed. Shut up! Ling Long Shue shouted coldly. Lin Xian rubbed the tip of his nose resentfully. However, Ling Long Shue was thinking in her heart. Yes, would she be pregnant? That would be bad. Lin Xian and Ling Ying would have safety measures, but with Ling Long Shue, that shouldn't be the case. After all, she was fine the first time. However, this was a matter of probability. Who could say for sure? Okay. I won't say any more. Eat. If Ling Long Shue didn't want to know more about Lin Xian's law of creation, or to remind him of some things, she would have left long ago. She was incomparably shy, but she was trying hard to control herself. What's the limit of your law of creation? Linglong Shui asked indifferently. Lin Xian shook his head. I don't know, but I don't think I'll be able to create anything too powerful. I've only made this table of dishes, and I feel like I've used up a third of my spiritual and mental energy. Although it looks powerful, I feel like it'll be useless. Improve spiritual power and spiritual power, Linglong Shui said. Do you want to improve these two? Linglong Shui said, in a sense, the law of creation is a kind of psychic power. Everything you do is formed according to your own thoughts. It's just that on the basis of creation, you can't destroy something, but you can do anything related to creation. The consumption of spiritual power and spiritual power is more than spiritual power. Of course, the more difficult something is to achieve, the more it will consume. It's also closely related to your own strength, but spiritual power and spiritual power are incomparably important. But it's too difficult to improve these two. Lin Xian shook his head. A purple fruit appeared in Linglong Shui's hand. Eat it. Lin Xian took it. You're not going to murder your husband, are you? Do you believe that I won't kill you? She said coldly. He. Lin Xian smiled and ate the fruit. When the fruit entered his stomach, an indescribable power surged out, and he felt that his spiritual power was especially abundant. Ding! Your level has increased to 2 stars of the law realm. Ding! Ding! Your level has increased to 4 stars of the law realm. Lin Xian. That's right. After eating this fruit, Lin Xian actually reached 4 stars of the law realm. One must know that this was the law realm. What kind of divine item was this to increase 4 stars of the law realm with a single fruit? This is the divine kingdom. It's a level 7 spirit of heaven and earth. Its effect is very simple, which is to improve your soul power and spiritual power. Your current soul power and spiritual power should more than double in a few days. It's just that one pill is effective, but it won't have much effect on your creation law. You need more and more spirit of heaven and earth that can improve your soul power and spiritual power. You need to elevate these 2 powers to a level that no one has ever achieved before. You must have this obligation. Lin Xian was secretly speechless. A 7th grade spiritual item? What level was it? On the continent, spiritual items of heaven and earth were ranked from 1 to 10. It was rumored that some 10th grade spiritual items of heaven and earth, such as herbs, could even develop intelligence and take human form after a long time. Thus, one could imagine how terrifying a 7th grade spiritual item was. Then how many do you have here? Lin Xian asked somewhat embarrassedly. I estimate that there are more than a dozen spiritual items of various sizes that can improve your spiritual power and spiritual power, but their effects won't be as strong as this divine kingdom fruit. That's fine. I'll improve them as much as I can. He. Linglong Shui nodded slightly. Suddenly, she froze. That's not right. What obligation did she have to give these good things to Lin Xian? Why was she so inexplicably willing to give them to him? Bastard! Forget it. She sighed inwardly. Then, what is my current limit? Lin Xian asked curiously. Just as Lin Xian finished asking, a dagger appeared in Linglong Shui's hand. She threw it at Lin Xian. Lin Xian didn't have time to dodge her attack, mainly because he couldn't react in time. Unexpectedly, Lin Xian's chest was pierced, but no internal organs were injured. Mothaf ****. There was no blood at the corner of Lin Xian's mouth. Because no internal organs were injured, blood wouldn't flow from the corner of his mouth, but... holy shit! It hurts so much! Rip! Linglong Shui stretched out her hand, and the dagger flew into her hand with a trail of blood. Xiao Linglong, you want to kill me? Lin Xian clutched his wound. He knew that this wound wasn't fatal. It was just deep and painful, but it would be fine as long as the bleeding stopped. But Lin Xian didn't understand why Linglong Shui wanted to kill him. Did she hate him that much? You can try and see if your law of creation can heal this wound. Ling Long Shui said indifferently. Chapter 736. Lin Xian also came to a realization when he heard Ling Long Shui's words. It turned out that she was testing the extent of his current ability to release the law of creation. However, she did it on purpose. She must have done it on purpose. That's right, Ling Long Shui deliberately stabbed Lin Xian because she felt wronged. After stabbing him, she felt much better. No matter what, she was still a woman. Lin Xian took a deep breath and then released the law of creation. The law of creation was rapidly repairing Lin Xian's wound, creating new cells and flesh. 10 seconds later, Lin Xian's pain disappeared. Then, he lifted his clothes. There was only blood left on the wound, and there wasn't even a scar. That's right, this was the terrifying part of his law of creation. Seeing this scene, Ling Long Shui was really envious. Bastard! If he hadn't had sex with her, Lin Xian would have been an idiot. How is it? She asked indifferently. A 4-star law of creation used up about half of my soul power, mental power, and spiritual power to repair my injury. Ling Long Shui pondered for a moment, then took out the dagger again. Hey, don't try anymore. I think I know. Spare me. Lin Xian wanted to cry but had no tears. Seeing Lin Xian like this, Ling Long Shui smiled slightly in her heart. You smiled. Lin Xian saw the slight smile on Ling Long Shui's face and said with a smile. Then, that smile disappeared. No, she said coldly. You smiled. You don't blame me anymore, right? Ling Long Shui frowned slightly and ate quietly, ignoring Lin Xian. Lin Xian also knew that it wasn't good to continue pestering her, so he stopped talking about this topic. Then what do you think my law of creation can be used in battle? Lin Xian found a topic to talk about. Ling Long Shui should pay attention to him if they talked about this. It's nothing more than creation, but it can't cause damage to the enemy. I don't know the specifics. You can slowly figure it out yourself. I don't know more than you do. Alright, let's go watch a movie after eating. I'll take you out to have some fun. No, I'm tired. I'm going back to rest. Ling Long Shui rejected Lin Xian. She might not be tired, but she needed to calm down and sort out her restless heart. 2 days? We'll see. After speaking, Ling Long Shui put down her chopsticks. I'm done. She stood up slowly. Don't waste. Lin Xian wanted to spend some time alone with her to cultivate their relationship. Let's go. She's alright, let's go. After that, Ling Long Shui led Lin Xian outside. After walking to a certain area, the two of them disappeared from where they were standing. When they reappeared, they were at their residence. Big brother. Dragony happily flew into Chen Mo's arms and rubbed her face against him. It's best if she didn't go to that place because Lin Xian wanted to meditate. Lin Xian smiled. Are you good? Yes, Dragony is very, very good. Dragony happily nodded her head. Oh, you seem to have gotten a lot stronger. Ling Long Shui was sitting on the sofa, swinging her legs on the coffee table while eating chips and watching TV. Bing Lingyue just happened to come out of the kitchen cutting fruits. Ling Long Shui looked at Lin Xian with interest. Of course, look at what I did, I'm definitely strong. Lin Xian joked. However, when Ling Long Shui heard these words, she felt that something was wrong. What had she done? Bastard! He did it on purpose. What did I do? Che, of course I know. Ah, how did you know? Lin Xian asked with a smile. TCH, didn't Big Sister just bring you to the place where Big Sister and I cultivate? Don't think I don't know that you only managed to comprehend the laws after spending 3 days in that place. How useless, Ling Longyue mumbled. Lin Xian. Hey, don't spout nonsense. I'm not strong? Ask your sister if I'm strong or not. Ling Long Shui. Why did she feel that Lin Xian was implying something else? Big Sister. Is Lin Xian strong? Ling Long Shui actually asked her like a fool. Ling Long Shui didn't know if she should answer. Strong. Then what was she supposed to say? He wasn't strong, but he comprehended the law of creation. He was strong. Bastard Lin Xian. He did it on purpose. Ling Long Shui gritted her teeth. What's wrong? Bing Lingyue saw Ling Long Shui's strange state. She was more sensitive than anyone else. Nothing. Ling Long Shui shook her head and said, maybe it's because I'm tired these 3 days. I'm going to rest first. Lin Xian, you should go back early too. Some of the people around you were very worried when they saw that you didn't come back for a few days. After saying that, Ling Long Shui walked into her room and didn't answer his question. Damn. I forgot about that. Lin Xian scratched his head and quickly took out his phone. He was so excited that he forgot about it. Why was he excited? Damn. He had sex with Ling Long Shui and then obtained such a powerful law. How could he not be excited? Ling Long came back last time. I told the people around you. Lin Xian put down his phone. That's good. Otherwise, they would be worried to death. Lin Xian sat down. What's wrong with Ling Long? She seems to be in a bad mood. Bing Lingyue asked. In a bad mood? You think she's in a bad mood? Bing Lingyue nodded. Then I know. She's probably jealous. Jealous of the law I obtained. Sigh, everyone is jealous. It's good to understand. Lin Xian smiled. TSK, you're bragging. How could sister be jealous of you? What law did you obtain? Bing Lingyue asked curiously. The law of creation. How is it? Isn't it powerful? Lin Xian smiled. The law of creation? What law is that? Both of them were slightly stunned. Lin Xian asked Ling Longyue. What do you want to eat? Ling Longyue was stunned for a moment. Why did he ask her this? Stinky tofu. She replied. Then, Lin Xian stretched out his hand. A handful of stinky tofu appeared in Lin Xian's hand. Wow! Ling Longyue's big eyes shone. She quickly snatched the stinky tofu from Lin Xian's hand. Then, the room was filled with a stinky smell. This? Bing Lingyue revealed a shocked expression. This is the law of creation. It seems very powerful. But how does it help you in battle? Ling Longyue asked while eating. Needless to say, this question stumped Lin Xian. That's right. How does it help? That. I don't know for now. I need to slowly explore it. But it said that it's very powerful. In the future, even after death, people can be recreated. The most powerful thing is that it can casually create a planet and all life on it. Bing Lingyue nodded slightly. This should be the top law since ancient times. But what? Lin Xian asked. Although it's powerful, it's very difficult to reach the truly powerful level. Your realm, spirit, soul, etc. All of these require a lot. I'm afraid that even if you reach the heavenly Tao realm, it'll be difficult to revive a person. Xiao Linglong said that I can give it a try when I reach the heavenly Tao realm. I don't know either. I'll just use it first. Anyway, she said it's very powerful. She's jealous of me. Chapter 737. Ling Longyue rolled her eyes at Chen Mo. But it seems that if this law is really strong, it will be very scary in the future. Bing Lingyue was more curious about Ling Long Shui's strange state. She knew Ling Long Shui very well. Would a strong person like her be tired even if she didn't sleep for 3 years? Of course not. But she said that she was tired. Obviously, it was an excuse and she didn't want to say anything more. Then something must have happened between her and Lin Xian. But she didn't want to ask too much. Okay, I have to go home. My sisters miss me. Bye-bye, I'll find you guys when I'm free. Lin Xian waved his hand and then stuffed Dragony into his clothes and walked out. Sister, what's wrong? Ling Longyue looked at the direction of the room after Lin Xian left. Bing Lingyue shrugged her shoulders. Then Ling Longyue opened the door and walked in. Ling Longshui was in the bathroom taking a shower. Sister. Ling Longyue called out softly. In the bathroom, Ling Longshui turned off the shower and asked faintly, "What's wrong?" "Ah, nothing, I just wanted to see what you were doing." "Okay." Ling Longshui nodded and then turned on the shower. Ling Longyue ran out. As Ling Longshui's sister, although she was careless sometimes, she could see that Ling Longshui was a little strange. "I don't know what sister and Lin Xian are doing, it's weird," Ling Longyue muttered. "Okay, don't think about it, eat some fruit." On the other side, Lin Xian returned home. It's only afternoon and Lin Ye hasn't gotten off work yet. But Lin Xian already told everyone that he was safe, so there shouldn't be any problems. There was only Lin Xian and Dragony in the house. Dragony was also flying around. "Little Dragony, do you want a really, really pretty dress?" Lin Xian asked with a smile. "Yes." She nodded repeatedly. Dragony was already wearing a custom-made dress that Murong Qing had ordered for her. It was very beautiful, but Lin Xian's law of creation allowed him to create anything he liked. Lin Xian reached out and pointed at Dragony's body. Immediately, she transformed into a very, very noble and lovely white princess dress. "Wow, wow, wow." Dragony happily spun around on the coffee table, then flew over to Lin Xian's ear and gave him a peck on the cheek. "Thank you, big brother." Needless to say, the law of creation was truly amazing. Lin Xian had nothing to do for the time being. He had reached the law realm and obtained the law realm, so he could spend some time with his little girlfriends. But there was one more thing. "Dragony, go eat some fruits first." Okay. Then, Lin Xian turned on the TV for her to watch. She sat on the coffee table and watched the TV while eating fruits. "Sister Missy," Lin Xian sweetly called out in his mind. "System?" "Sister Missy, the world's most beautiful and sweet-sounding Sister Missy, let me ask you something." Lin Xian normally wouldn't talk to the system, but now that he was pushed to the brink, he had no choice. "What is it?" The system issued a cute and somewhat cold voice. "Well, I really can't complete my mission within the time limit. Now, there are only 12 days left before Little Ling Long's mission fails. Little Bing Bing's mission will fail in about 20 days. Little you only has a little more than a month left. This is simply too grim, but I swear, I will definitely be able to get them all. It's just that I need time, so can you make an exception for me? Add some time." "No," the System Missy said decisively. F***CK. This mission's penalty is to reset my level to 0. Let me tell you, if my level is reset to 0, I won't do any more missions." Lin Xian said stubbornly. The system fell silent. Lin Xian then said, "Beautiful and sweet-sounding Sister Missy, please change the system and give me a little more time. It's too difficult, too difficult." This was because Lin Xian had discussed some things with the system before. Indeed, the system felt that it was reasonable, and that it could really change things. After a few seconds, the system said, "Okay, then it's settled. 2 million Adonis points to buy 1 day's time." Lin Xian, F***CK. Aren't you F***King cheating me? 2 million a day? Then forget it. Lin Xian, make it cheaper. It's not easy for me either. It's not cheap. Lin Xian scratched his head and gritted his teeth. "Okay, 2 million it is. First, buy Xiao Linglong's remaining time. 20 days. Then, Lin Xian lost 40 million Adonis points, but it was still okay. After all, he carelessly had sex with her and gained 50 million Adonis points. It was not a loss. Then, Lin Xian thought for a while and looked at his remaining Adonis points. It was not a lot, but if his Xian group did not continue to expand for the time being, then it was enough for a short period of time. Then, Lin Xian spent another 40 million to buy 20 days of Ling Longshui's time. As a result, Ling Longshui and the other two had about a month or 40 days left. Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. The stone hanging in his heart was temporarily put down. The rest could be done slowly. They really could not be rushed. Lin Xian then went to the kitchen. On the way back, Lin Xian bought a lot of ingredients. He wanted to cook a big meal for Linya. It had been a long time since he cooked, and he had not been at home for many days. Lin Xian really felt sorry for Linya. Although he could create a table full of delicious food with his law of creation, Lin Xian wanted to cook for her personally. This meal took more than 2 hours, and the sky was dark. After all, it was winter. However, the table had a thermal insulation function, so Lin Xian was not worried that the food would get cold and lose its flavor when reheated. Although Linya was very busy, everything was on the right track. Everything would get better. The company also had regular business hours. For the time being, it would not be open 24/7 because it was enough for now. Lin Xian also hoped that it would only be open during the day because the sales were too fast. When Linya saw that the lights in the house were on downstairs, she was very happy because she knew that Lin Xian was back. Then, she excitedly opened the door. As soon as she opened the door, she saw a little guy fly to hide behind the sofa pillow. At first, she thought that her eyes were playing tricks on her, but it seemed very real just now. "Little fairy, you're back." Lin Xian walked out of the kitchen with a smile. Then, he could not help but kiss Linya's pink cheeks. Linya's little face blushed. When she saw the table full of dishes, she suddenly thought of something. "Little Xian, I just saw a big bug fly behind the sofa pillow. Do you think it's..." Chapter 738. Hearing Linya's words, Lin Xian almost laughed out loud. "A very big bug. Ha ha ha. What are you laughing at?" Seeing Lin Xian smile, Linya couldn't help but give him a pinch, but that pinch was very gentle. "Let's go, I'll take you to see the big bug," Lin Xian said with a smile. This dragony must have felt wrong to be treated like a big bug when she's such a cute little girl. Linya had been eating happily when she heard the door open. She remembered what Lin Xian had said. She couldn't let the people he didn't want to see her, so she quickly hid. Although she was a little slow, Linya only saw a shadow and couldn't see it clearly. Linya was puzzled as Lin Xian pulled her by the hand. "Dragony, come out," Lin Xian called out. Then a small head slowly popped out from the pillow, blinking her big eyes at Linya. Linya's mouth was wide open when she saw Dragony. Xiao Xian. Is this a fairy?" Linya was shocked. Dragony then flew up and sat on Lin Xian's shoulder, looking at Linya with her big eyes. "Hello, big sister." Dragony's childish voice was especially obedient as she replied. Linya was even more surprised when she saw Dragony's full appearance, but her beautiful eyes shined with a strange light. In this kind of world and era, perhaps this scene wouldn't be so shocking that it would be unimaginable. Lin Xian smiled. "You can say that, but Dragony is a dragon." "Dragon?" Linya stared at Dragony in shock, surprised to see her adorable pair of dragon horns. "So pretty. So cute," Linya exclaimed. It was really too shocking. If it was an ordinary kitten or dog, it wouldn't be a big deal. Even if it was a very cute demon beast, it wouldn't be a big deal. But the key was that it was a very small human, which was very strange. Linya couldn't help but reach out her hand, and Dragony flew to sit on her palm. There was a connection between Dragony and Lin Xian, so she could feel Lin Xian's mood and emotions. She could feel that Lin Xian liked this beautiful big sister very much, so she liked her, and she was also very beautiful. At this moment, Linya felt like a little girl hugging her favorite doll. "Little fairy, you play with Dragony first. I'll go finish the soup." Lin Xian smiled and went to the kitchen. "Is your name Dragony?" Linya sat down on the sofa with Dragony in her arms. She couldn't help but caress the little girl. It's obvious that Dragony likes this. "Aha." Dragony smiled happily. On the other side, Lin Xian would occasionally come out and listen to their conversation. He was also very happy to see them chatting to their heart's content, especially when he saw Linya smiling. "Time to eat, time to eat," Lin Xian called out. "Coming." Linya hugged Dragony lovingly and walked over to the little girl. Little fairy, I'll have to trouble you to take Dragony to eat. I don't know how to take care of people. Lin Xian smiled and sat down next to Linya. It's okay, I like Dragony a lot. Linya happily pinched Dragony's cheeks. Then do you like me? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Linya slightly rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Hurry up and eat. Lin Xian smiled and said, I put in so much effort to cook for you and now you're angry at me. I'm not angry at you. Linya rolled her eyes at Lin Xian again. Okay, let's eat. Linya nodded and carefully ate with Dragony. Oh right Xian, where have you been these past few days? I was so worried at first, I thought something happened to you when I couldn't get in touch with you. Big brother must have bumped into big sister. Dragony said in a cute voice. Puff. Lin Xian almost spat out the food in his mouth. Shit. This little girl. Lin Xian didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Don't say, he really did bump into her. Bump into her? What do you mean? Linya really didn't understand what Dragony meant. Lin Xian coughed dryly and pretended to be calm as he picked up a mouthful of fish and said, I'm going to increase my strength. At the same time, I've also advanced to the law realm. Law? I've heard of it, it's something very powerful. Linya said enviously. Lin Xian said, when the art pavilion group is officially on the right track, you don't have to work so hard every day. When that time comes, my strength will also increase and I'll be able to bring you to the next level, I'll be able to protect you. My little fairy still needs to become powerful. I've learned a lot from Miss Xiao and Little Ing, but their levels aren't high. Lin Xian smiled, it's okay, you have a lot of big shots around you. Linya looked at Lin Xian in confusion. That's right, weren't the big shots around Lin Xian the same as Linya? Linglong Shui, Bing Lingyue, and Murong Qing were also one. If he had to count, Ling Ying and Han Chushue's backgrounds were also big shots. Lin Xian believed that with them around, Linya would be able to improve very quickly. The most important thing now was safety. Because there were more and more enemies in the dark, they would take action one by one. It was definitely dangerous. What made Lin Xian a little relieved was that Linya still had a heavenly void crystal, and Linglong Shui had set the teleportation point to their current residence. Otherwise, if anyone used it and returned to Tianhua City, wouldn't that be a trap? Linya was also very obedient to Lin Xian. She always carried the crystal with her and made it into a bracelet on her wrist. This way, as long as she had time to react, she could escape. Even if she didn't have time to react, why would they capture Linya? To threaten Lin Xian. Therefore, under normal circumstances, even if Linya fell into a trap, they wouldn't hurt Linya immediately. Normal people wouldn't care about the bracelet on Linya's wrist. They would only think that it was a piece of jewelry that a girl should have. As long as Linya woke up, she could activate the bracelet's power and escape at any time by releasing a little of her spiritual power. It's okay. In short, I'll have to trouble Little Fairy with the development of the Art Xian group. I'm not very tired. I feel very happy. However, the chalcedony liquid used to make medicine has been used up very quickly recently. I estimate that at this rate, it will be used up in half a month. When that time comes, you'll have to go and buy more. Linya said. Lin Xian had a headache when she mentioned this. For the time being, his Adonis points could still support him. After all, he could continue to earn them. However, it really couldn't last for too long. Therefore, Xiao Xinyue's mission was imminent. That's right. Lin Xian had to take her down. Once he took her down, the chalcedony liquid could be used without any restrictions or consumption. He wouldn't need Adonis points to exchange for it. Then he could expand the production scale. Chapter 739. That night, Dragony was dragged to bed by Linya. Originally, Lin Xian wanted to tag along, but he was afraid that Dragony would think he was going to bump into the big sister again. That would be awkward. The happiest thing about having Linya around is that Lin Xian doesn't have to worry about breakfast. That's because she's the one who wakes up early in the morning to make breakfast for Lin Xian. Lin Xian was awoken by the smell of her incense. Yawning, Lin Xian walked out of the room to see Linya in her pajamas in the kitchen. Dragony was sitting on her shoulder, swinging her little feet. Occasionally, Linya would pinch some delicious food and put it in front of her mouth. Of course, she would happily eat it. That's right, this little girl has awakened Linya's strong motherly love. Too cute. Little fairy, give me a kiss. Lin Xian moved closer to her. Go wash up first, then we'll eat breakfast. Linya pushed Lin Xian's face away. Dragony, on the other hand, gave Lin Xian a peck on the cheek and giggled. He. Lin Xian smiled. Lin Xian then pinched her cheeks and went to wash up. During breakfast, Linya asked, "Can I bring Dragony with me to the company?" Lin Xian shook his head. No, because Dragony is a member of the dragon race. The only people who know of her existence are the people I trust the most. If others find out, we and Dragony will become the target of all the experts in the continent. It's very dangerous, so... Linya nodded. She's just asking because she likes Dragony a lot. Of course, she wouldn't dare to bring her along if the consequences were so serious. I won't tell anyone, don't worry. Linya said. This way you can effectively protect us and Dragony. When you're strong enough, then it won't matter. I understand. After breakfast, Linya went to the company while Lin Xian brought Dragony to Miao Xiao Miao's place. Lin Xian hadn't seen Dragony for a while and she was very arrogant. She would take the initiative to chat with Lin Xian, but Lin Xian was always racking his brains. Why? Because she was too arrogant, she always had to find an excuse to look for Lin Xian. For example, she could ask Lin Xian why the dishes she cooked were salty so that they could talk. Then, she would slowly move on to other topics, such as what to do if the dishes she cooked were salty. Of course, Lin Xian knew what she was thinking and sighed in his heart. He wanted to be with them every day, but there was nothing he could do about it. Who told him to be so cheap and provoke so many young ladies? Although they didn't say anything, Lin Xian would definitely feel that he had let them down one by one, and it would make them sad. Lu Yufan and the others were fine. After all, Lin Xian would go to St. Brilliant's Academy and they could still see him often. But Miao Xiao Miao. Big brother, Dragony is going to sleep first. Dragony popped her head out and yawned cutely. Okay, go to sleep. Then, she quietly went back into Lin Xian's arms. Lin Xian arrived at the Bounty Hunter Guild's Gale mercenary group. Arabaldi, your man is back. Lin Xian jumped in and shouted. Miao Xiao Miao and Wang Chanqian looked at Lin Xian like he was an idiot. However, Miao Xiao Miao's eyes were filled with joy. Are you an idiot? Miao Xiao Miao rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. How dare you call me an idiot? Do you want to get beaten up? Wait, you're just in time. Let me show you something. Miao Xiao Miao quickly ran away. You're really scared? Lin Xian leaned on the counter. Sister Chanqian, get me a cup of coffee. Wang Chanqian smiled and said, I'm not scared. It's just that Miao Xiao Miao invented something powerful recently. Oh. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. What powerful thing? Lin Xian had to admit that Miao Xiao Miao was a genius. She had already invented many things, and some of them had already been developed and used by the three major forces. She had earned quite a bit from the patent fees and was definitely a rich lady. It was just that she preferred to research these things. Even if she could afford a villa or something like that, she couldn't be bothered to live in it. Wouldn't it be nice to live in a small, comfortable, and beautiful room of 12 square meters? It's a secret. Didn't she show it to you? If it's developed on a large scale, it will create another wave of craze. She really is a genius. Wang Chanqian said as she poured Lin Xian a cup of coffee. You're making me excited. If it doesn't meet my expectations, I'll be disappointed. Lin Xian smiled. It should. At this moment, Miao Xiao Miao ran out. She was holding something that looked like a gun in her hand. This is the invention I developed in these few days. No. It should be 3 months. Meow Xiao Meow said proudly to Lin Xian. Gun? What gun? It felt more like a water gun, like a toy gun. However, it was probably just a prototype. It only had a function, but it looked very simple. Meow Xiao Meow's lips curled up. Then, she fired a shot at Lin Xian. A blue light, or more accurately, it wasn't light. It was something like a light bullet shot at Lin Xian. Then, it formed a layer of faint blue light around Lin Xian's body. It didn't hurt. He didn't feel any pain at all. However, when Lin Xian wanted to move, he found that he couldn't. Then, Lin Xian was pleasantly surprised. It had a similar effect to the dark attribute. Moreover, he was in the law realm. To be able to freeze someone in the law realm, it was quite something. After about 5 seconds, the light disappeared and Lin Xian could move again. What's the principle behind this? For firearms, such as guns, the bullets fired could be blocked by the spiritual energy released by those with high realms. For martial artists, those bullets had no lethality. But for this kind of functional weapon, being able to freeze a person for 5 seconds was a completely different concept. This girl was really a genius. Beg me and I'll tell you, Meow Xiao Meow said proudly. I'm going to spank you. Lin Xian smirked and raised his hand. Meow Xiao Meow subconsciously took a step back. Sister Qianqian, look at him. Meow Xiao Meow looked at Wang Qianqian with grievance. Wang Qianqian smiled helplessly. It's useless to look at me. Then, Meow Xiao Meow admitted defeat and said, this is called a bubble gun. The principle is very simple. It uses a chemical reaction between light and ice to create a freezing effect. Once it hits the body, there will be ice attribute energy. Then, with the existence of light, it's enough. You won't understand the complicated principle even if I explain it. Lin Xian could understand a little if it was just a simple explanation. However, he really didn't understand anything that involved chemical equations. This girl was really a genius. What's the limit? Under the domain realm, even if you release your energy, you won't be able to break free within 5 seconds. In other words, it can at least make you stay in place for 5 seconds. However, the dark attribute and time attribute can restrain this. The prerequisite is that you have to hit the target. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.